equipment and made sure his pack was tight. He had to sit and listen to those awful engines roar. You ain't gonna jump no more. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. He was just a rookie trooper and his shoulders shook with fright. He checked all his equipment and made sure his pack was tight. He had to sit and listen to those awful engines roar. You ain't gonna jump no more. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Is everybody happy? Try the sergeant looking up. Oh, he was feeling answer, yes, and that's the story of. He jumped into the icy blast. He started to glide and hope, and he ain't gonna jump no more. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. He counted long, he waited for the strong. He felt the weak, he felt the cold.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Hope you're all having a wonderful night tonight. Tonight we have a bit of a different stream than usual. We have Bucky on the top left, Mr. GSB, and Jordan Jareb on the panel tonight. It's not exactly a debate, let's say, but they both kind of made videos against each other. Bucky did a 16-minute piece on some of Jared's history, or Jordan's history, sorry. And Jordan did a long response. So I thought it would be fun to get them on here and kind of talk out their differences. So first off, thank both of you, Bucky and Jordan, for hanging out with us tonight. And why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves before we get into the background information, and then we'll just move right into the talking.
Yes, I run up Glow So Bright. Generally, I do gun tubing stuff. However, I pivoted over to coverage of eccentric individuals on the internet related to militia activities. And go ahead.
I'm Jordan Jareb. I'm an eccentric internet individual, and I'm currently drinking Starbucks because hopefully we'll accelerate the collapse of Western civilization by drinking this communist coffee. That's what I'm hoping happens. Accelerate, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So
Acceleration of type 2 diabetes.
That too. Diabetes is based.
Well, from my basement down here, I'm kind of just gonna let them go at it tonight. I don't know if either of you want to give the rundown on, or Bucky, why you decided to make a video on him in the first place, or just some of the shenanigans that took place there, and we'll just move right into it, I guess.
So, as in the form of like how I made this video in the first place, or what in particular?
Well, yeah, like what led you to be like, Jordan Jareb, I'm making a video on this guy.
Oh, just because mentioning of that appeared in the comment section of my videos, but when trying to do research on it, with the RF not being an active organization, but with everything being so stupid, I end up having to create a different video format than the intel reports I do on, say, other socialist militias such as Doll Squad, the John Brown Gun Club, and that sort of stuff.
Mm. And this is your video here. It is the Florida Christian Militia, which is, I suppose it's more of a comedy video than like a normal intelligence report that you do on the other organizations.
Right, that is correct.
Yeah. And then over here we have George's channel, which is currently live, which is restreaming what we're doing right here. So you guys should go check it out. It's also pinned in the description as well. But he also has a response to Glow So Bright exposed all my secrets.
Yeah, he got me.
Yeah. As it is on the internet, everything happens to come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, unless I'm needed further, I will just let you two get into it.
All right. Has you got any questions or anything?
For now, I'd like to say thank you for being on the live stream. I'm honestly surprised that you showed up. Last time it seemed like you wanted to back out after wanting to be eager to get into it, but now you're here. Good on you for that. Another question.
My girlfriend got out of
ahead.
prison, so I had a lot of stuff going on.
And if I were to open with a question, why did you seem to not like the video? That's my impression on it.
No, what, your video? I mean, it was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, like some of it was, I mean, a lot of it was true. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, it just wasn't, I don't think I've done anything that morally reprehensible. I don't think I've done anything that bad, you know?
You sure about that?
I'm sure about that. I mean, I don't think that I've done anything. I mean, I've done things that I'm not proud of. I'm sure we all have. But I mean, look, the worst thing I've ever done is the Nicholas Cruz prank thing, right? And that's kind of like some Sam Hyde shit. And that brought a lot of attention on me that led to me going to prison. So I feel like I've paid my debt to society for that like a million times over. You know, I get people are mad that I did the Nicholas Cruz prank, and it was like 2018, years ago, right? And that attention that got on me, the FBI raided me, and I went to prison. So I mean, I get it. I understand how people think that's a distasteful prank, and it was. But you know, a lot of people have moved on from that. You know, they made me into a video game character. I'm on The Fire Rises. They literally got me on that. So I mean, I'm kind of a meme. I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay with being a meme.
So deny the wrongdoing of making threats to the staffer Rick Scott in 2016.
Okay, so there are
several instances of you ended up in jail besides the whole 2018 thing and lying to the AP about Nicholas Cruz.
So yeah, that's an interesting situation. I actually knew his son, and this is tied to Stuart Pollins. He was a staffer under Governor Rick Scott, and I knew his son JP. I can't go too far into it because, quite frankly, there's some things about that I'm being paid not to talk about.
Clarify.
I can't. I'm being paid not to talk about certain things, and that's like one of those sections. Like I can't even, you know what I mean? I can't even. I could the whole world will smash down on me if I talk about a lot of that. I can go into a little bit of it, but basically, his son is Jonathan Vaccaro Pollins. His son is a terror, right? His son is a one-man crime wave, and then his son only does like 18 months in prison, right? But that I can talk about that, but it goes even deeper than that. There's things I can't talk about because I'm being paid not to talk about them. But I can go into that. We could look up Jonathan Vaccaro Pollins. Not a good guy, you know. I mean, how do you burglarize a sheriff's house and you only get like a year in prison? That's pretty interesting. You know, most people, there's plenty of people in Florida Department of Corrections doing 25 years for burglary. This guy burglarizes a house and gets like 11 months, or no, it's not 11 months, 29 days. He gets a year and a day in prison. That's kind of odd. You know, most people I mean, look at me. I did 5 years in prison over what amounted to some threatening phone calls and some, you know, just some internet antics, some regular chud shit, some regular 4chan shit. I am a 4chan shit poster. Are we allowed to curse on here? I think we are. Just keep it to a minimum.
Say whatever you like, sir. No, I don't want to restrict anything.
I don't want to mess up any monetization or anything like that. But you know, I listen. I'm a 4chaner. I've been a 4chan since I was a kid. Hello, this is anonymous. We are attacking the Church of Scientology. I was on the Church of Scientology thing when I was like 12. Okay, so like we were doing low orbit ion cannon against the Church of Scientology. I was on B before I was ever on Pol. Right. So I grew up on 4chan. I'm a 4chan shit poster like everybody else. Okay. I'm a chud. I represent the chuds. So if you come at me saying, oh, you did some chud stuff. Okay. Well, I am the chud. I'm king of the chuds. All right. I mean, that's who I am. You know, I mean, I don't know. This is not, this is Jared Farm. This is not like the Vatican or something. This is not some, like, what you see is what you get, you know, like my girlfriend just got out of prison. I'm a big advocate of writing female inmates. That's how you bypass the feminism and you can get better women. I love my girlfriend. My girlfriend's awesome. My girlfriend's not a feminist. She doesn't cause problems, you know. And so this is just a better, like, I have a weaponized autism doctrine is what I call it. And I don't participate in society as much as I live out in the woods, guys, you know. And so I have a complete doctrine to how men can kind of just check out of society and build their own systems. That's what I'm all about. You know, I'm not with the zeitgeist. I'm not with the urban decay and the destruction and all this crazy stuff happening around us. I've just checked out of it. I'm like, nope, that's not me. So I live out in the woods right now. I get my hush money payments, all the stuff I'm paid not to talk about, which is a lot. And I just, people want to say that I'm the bad guy. I can point you in the right direction to who the real bad guys are. It's not really me. I'm just a shit poster. It's, that's me. So that's my.
So
that's
looking
my
at
story.
taking a glance at the response video and also looking at the comment section of the video that I posted, the Chris Chan Florida Man Militia thing. Why do you believe that Why do you think that I believe that the ROF is an active organization?
Well, because the ROF probably is. I mean, the ROF is an active organization down south. There's a couple people still trying to do it. So you're right about that. But I mean, for the most part, ROF is dead. ROF is gone. ROF is dead. There's a couple of people trying to resurrect it. A bunch of young kids.
This just died to me.
Some of the stuff they're trying to do, if I can find it. I'm not as let's see. I'll look for it. But for the most part, ROF is dead. I mean, I know people want it to be alive, but it's dead.
No, as in you were saying that it was false, like around 4 minutes into your response video, you said that I was presenting false information.
No, the false information is that I'm still part of ROF. That's not true.
No, I said the RF has been defunct ever since in that video I originally created. 8 minutes, 14 seconds in. How about for context for the audience? Why don't I just pull up that video?
Okay. I sent Focus Trip a picture of something.
Because you kept saying that it was like mostly true, but then you keep saying that it's false or like a lot of details are false, especially in your rant.
I mean, a lot of it's true.
Bucky, his video or your video?
Like his response to my video. In my own video at 14 seconds in, there'd be a comment left saying that the RF has been active from 2014 to 2019. And then later on, like through your own response, you keep pausing, saying a statement, pausing, saying a statement in the response video. The hour-long response video, you keep saying that a lot of false details I'm putting out are false. Same thing in the comment section. Yet I clearly state the RF militia has been defunct ever since, and that's after you've been thrown in jail.
Well, it's not entirely true. But, I mean, you'd be forgiven for thinking that because, I mean, it is mostly true. I mean, there's some gray area here, but you got some kids down south in, like, Ocala, Florida that are trying to, like, resurrect it. But, I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, in terms of the way the ROF, like, I mean, mostly, yeah. They're definitely not publicly doing anything. That's for sure.
It's like saying, like, another organization I covered, say, like Doll Squad, for example. That organization has been defunct since late June.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, there are still people existing underground trying to do stuff, but the organization as a whole has been defunct. Same thing with the RF.
Republic of Florida Militia was a cell structure organization. Okay, so, and then prior to that, it was run by a guy named Nicholas Jordan. And you can even see this from the old Southern Poverty Law Center articles. So there's different organizations that have gone under the name ROF going back even to the 90s. So it's difficult to, like, the ROF from Nicholas Jordan's time, the ROF from the 90s, the ROF I was a part of, and the ROF now. You could divide these into like segments because you got a couple of key figures that kind of keep resurrecting it over and over again. It's like the 9 cities of Troy, right? Each one's built on the ashes of the last one. It's kind of a thing that people have occasionally resurrected. It's part of Florida's militia history, and somebody to talk to would be Nicholas Jordan. If you guys could get a hold of him, he could tell you all about it. But some of this stuff goes back to the 1990s. Some of this stuff goes back a long time. As a matter of fact, some of this goes back to Dr. William Pierce had an affiliation with the 1990s ROF. So, and it wasn't called ROF back then. The acronym ROF didn't come until the 2000s. But I could show you how the Wikipedia article's wrong because they say it was founded in 2014, but I could show you ROF videos on YouTube that are from like 2012, 2013. So
since you mentioned about Pierce, there has been the Turner Diaries. Are you familiar with that?
yeah, I mean, I know what that is.
Okay, so then are you familiar with other individuals who would have inspiration from the Turner Diaries and then make their own works on it, such as David Lane? Are you familiar with David Lane by any chance?
Oh, of course I know who David Lane is.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, come on, I've been to prison, I got an Eye of Odin tattooed on my wrist. Of course I know who David Lane is. I mean, that's, come on. I'm not going to sit here and lie, say I don't know who David Lane is. I know about the precepts and I know about all that stuff. And, I've obviously, I've expressed.
You're well aware of your own audio recording on it to promote new wave Austrian painter fan ideology.
Oh, Gustav Klimt?
No, 88 Precepts.
The other Austrian painter. I'm sorry.
No, not the one that would get my channel demonetized by mentioning
Yeah.
the one that ran Germany from 1933 to 45. That one.
Okay. Okay. So look, I don't like talking about that because all that stuff happened before I was born. And so there's the historical baggage of like things that happened before I was born. Like I don't like talking about because I had nothing to do with that. All right.
Yeah,
so
you were trying to keep it going during your time as leadership in DRF.
No, because if I have ethno-nationalist views, right, I don't see, as a person that was born in Florida in 1995, I don't see why I personally am responsible for what other ethno-nationalists did before me. I don't see how that, I don't think I should be called a, national socialist. I don't think I should be called that. Even if I have what some might call the fascist worldview, even if I might believe in blood and soil, even if I might believe in ethno-nationalism to some extent, or ethno-tribalism, as I would like to call it, I don't think that I should be automatically linked to every single person that came before me and be responsible for everything they did. Right now, we could have historical discussions of like what those Germans did or what those Italians did. Right, that's fine. We could have historical discussions about that. But when it starts involving me as if I'm responsible for what people across the ocean did almost 100 years ago, like many decades ago, I don't see how that involves me, right? And so I think that's a false kind of moral baggage. You know what I mean? I don't think.
No. You literally read 88 Precepts to promote neo-Nazi ideology. There's archives of
about
that.
10 years ago, yeah.
That you literally read. No,
10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago, I narrated a book called The 88 Precepts by David Eden Lane. It's something I did 10 years ago. But if you look at my channel now, a lot of the people that buy my merch are black people. Like one of my biggest fans, we call him Vuzinex. That's I know his real name, but his username is Vuzinex. He's a black guy. So I have audience of all races. There's people of all races that enjoy my YouTube channel. So the idea that I'm just hateful, racist person that just hates everybody is not accurate. A lot of my friends in prison are of all different races. My buddy Christopher Pinckney gets out soon. I'm going to try to help him start a career as a comedian. He's a really funny guy, And so I have friends of all races. So the accusations leveled against me that I'm a racist, no more than Sam Hyde is. How about that? No more than, I'm not outside the Overton window. Whatever the current thing is, I support it. How about that? I'll just be an NPC. I'm like a slightly raunchy. I'm like a spicy NPC. How about that? Whatever the current thing is, I support it. until the Overton window. Where's the Overton window at? I'm trying to be in that thing, you know, for the purpose of like what I say publicly. How about that? Like wherever the Overton window is, I'm in it. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm in the Overton window. Where's the window at? Why are you dressed like Adam Waffen? I'm just trying to figure that one out.
No, I'm dressed up as Dolph Quad. What are you talking about?
What? They dress the same way?
Yeah, look, I got the patch and everything.
So why would they PID? Okay, so you're trying to troll me. This is like an elaborate troll. You're trying to dress in Flecktarn and Skull Mask with the whole squad patches. This is great. Holy shit, this is great. This, I got to give him credit. He actually, like, this is actually a pretty good, like, this is pretty good. I see what he did there. Like, that's pretty good. Oh, man. Anyways, yeah, like, I'm just, like, you know, I'm just chilling, you know. I'm just out here chilling. I'm out here in the woods chilling, you know. And I'm in the Overton window. You know, I'm chilling in the Overton window, not leaving the window, in the window. I'm trying to maybe push the window out a little bit because I'm kind of fat and I can't fit in this Overton window. So I'm trying to expand it, push it out a little bit because I'm a big guy. I'm fat, you know. I'm trying to push that Overton window out, you know.
So, looking at the response video,
Yeah.
what is the Jordan Jareb experience? Because you keep on talking about it and being worked up about it in the response video. What exactly is that? Because I don't really have a good impression on it.
That was just some random shit I said.
So
The Jordan Jareb experience.
Yeah, because my assumption is that with the whole like a felon or prisoner preparation sort of thing is that if the Jordan Jareb experience is having my insides be arranged by Fleece Johnson inside of a prison shower, I'll pass. I don't want to learn more about it.
No. Listen. So prison grape, I think is what we're supposed to say. Grape. That has not really been a thing since like the 2000s, because like there's in prison, it is racially segregated. The gangs are like racial. So I know you've probably seen like the movie American History X. That's actually kind of like the opposite of the truth. It's actually the so-called, you know, Aryan prison gangs that prevent young white guys in prison from getting, you know, graped. And I know it's politically incorrect. I know I'm not allowed, I'm just stating facts. I'm not trying to smash the Overton window into a million pieces here. I'm just trying to like state facts. This is how it was in prison. In prison, like, you know, you stick with your own kind. That's just the rules in there. And you could still associate with other tribes, and it's fine. And, you know, I did as well. But, you know, when you first go into a dorm, you pledge allegiance like to your own people. You sit down, you eat chow with your own people. You line up with your own people. You know, you shower with your own people. And the showers are actually their own contained units and two-man cell dorms. It's only an open bay where lower security inmates are housed, to where all the showers are lined up on the wall like that. Two-man cell dorms where I was housed, it was you get your own shower. You're not showering with anybody. So the moral of the story is you get punished for being good. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're a good inmate, well, if you're a good inmate, you'll go to open bay and be surrounded by way more people and have no privacy. If you're a bad inmate, you'll go to somewhere like the AMU, Administrative Management Unit, right? Which is where I went. And I went to the Administrative Management Unit because I basically pulled a psyop because I wanted to go there because the Unforgiven prison gang was there. And I wanted to chill with the Unforgivens because that'd be safer. You know what I mean? Because I'm a chud. I'm a 4chan user. And, you know, I know how to fight. But, I mean, like, it doesn't do you much good when 8 people are jumping you. So I wanted to go where I'd be safer. Right. And so I was going to be safer around the Unforgiven prison gang. That's a white prison gang in there. And so I intentionally did a bunch of shit, wrote a bunch of suspicious JPay emails that weren't illegal, but they were edgy. And it got the gang sergeant's attention. And the gang sergeant looked at me up on Google and was like, oh, this guy's the leader of ROF. We need to send him to AMU. It worked like a charm. You see, I set traps for people. Just like when I had Nito Benito write that comment on your video, that was a trap. This whole thing was a trap, you know, like I'm very Machiavellian, like I'm a chess player. moving the chess pieces around. You know, now I'm not saying there's anything bad about you, because it's cool that you did some research on me, and I applaud you for that. It's good. You found some stuff out. That's great. And it's the research you do is great. Like I have nothing against that. It's great, but I want you to know you could go to Nito's profile and you could see the music video we did for Charlie Parker. Me and him did that together. Like Nito is a close friend of mine, and I've known him for years. That's why he has videos of me from like 10 years ago. And so like we planned that entire thing out. We were hoping you'd make a video about me. I mean, the whole thing like worked like a charm. And so the same thing I did to you is the same thing I did to the gang sergeant when I was at Century Correctional Institution. It's just, you know, it's just a psyop, psychological warfare 101, you know, and I'm extremely good at it. And that's why I was able to pull off that Nicholas Cruz prank thing and do the Sam Hyde thing where I attached my name to you know, the whole goal of that was to make fun of the mainstream media and show how they'll just publish any fucking thing. But obviously that flew right over the head of the normal person. That's the problem. You know, the normal person is just like, oh, this Jordan Jareb guy's terrible. And they ignore the fact, why did the news media publish a story about me that they knew wasn't true? Why did they do it? Because they just want to sell advertisements. Mainstream media is a joke, and I didn't care back then. So why would I care then? But I see the chat. You know, people don't like prison talk that much, and that's fine. I don't like talking about prison either. I'm sick of talking about prison.
If you keep,
but I'll talk
if you don't
about
like
it
talking
if you guys
about
want me
prison,
to.
then why do you keep on making videos on it? Like, how to not get assaulted from behind, or how?
Because I'm algorithmic. I'm in an algorithmic
by being so fat.
prison. I'm in an algorithmic prison now. So that's what the audience wants. And when you look at the videos I do that get the most views, that's what I give the audience what they want. I give the people what they want, you know? I mean, I make my own camouflage patterns. I made this camouflage pattern myself. Those who know, right? I know I'm plugging my merch on here. I'm sorry for doing that. But I mean, that's pretty interesting. I'm literally making camouflage patterns out of photos that I took at St. Mark's, right? Using sublimation product development techniques, designing next generation hunting camouflage patterns. That's cool. That's interesting. It also only gets 300 views. I go where the views are. I am a mirror.
Same with
when people see me, they just see their reflection.
Same with an Indian stop account. The only thing you're really missing is the AI voice and the AI generated videos in the background.
I am way crazier and way weirder than anything AI could ever generate. Come on.
What? Like that,
AI
that
can't
video
compete
description
with
you made? With that video description you made about 9 paragraphs because you can't figure out how to write a damn video description?
Well, why would I write a video description when I can get search engine optimization domination by using ChatGPT? Why would I? Oh yeah, it's definitely ChatGPT. There's no rule against that. We're allowed to do that.
Yeah,
I actually do. I do want to hop in here. This copy paste is amazing. I will say that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I didn't think anybody actually read those things. That's part of the problem. You know?
Much like the B movie.
So somebody in the comment section thinks that I'm far smarter than I actually am. I don't know if I'm smart or not. I've taken an IQ test. One of them said 135. One of them said 140. We got to take an IQ test in prison. So I don't
like is it because
maybe I'm just a midwit.
Prison is just so retarded that the entire floor just drops. So someone below average can actually be appearing as a genius in comparison to the rest of the pool.
Maybe. I mean, if you've seen the movie Idiocracy, the dumbest guy goes to the future, and in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So maybe I'm just like the one-eyed man. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened in prison. But in prison, they started out hating me in there because obviously a guy like me is not very popular in prison. A guy that literally did a prank about a school shooter. But by the time I left prison, everybody thought I was cool as hell. Everybody loved me. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Not for me to decide. That's for the chat to decide. But look, I just want to tell the chat, I am a mirror. You're looking at yourself. It's mostly chuds in this chat. It's mostly 4chaners in this chat. All right?
If you claim,
I
if you
grew
claim
up
to be
on.
so smart, then why the fuck would you go to prison in the first place for threats and common crimes?
Maybe I'm not so smart. I don't know. I don't think I ever said I was that smart. I think I've made some dumb decisions. I think I've made some mistakes.
You claimed
You
you
know
were
what I
smart
mean?
just a moment ago.
Well, no, I didn't. I said I think maybe I'm smart. Maybe I don't know. It's for the audience to decide. You know?
Well, chat, have a poll. You know what? Chat, have a poll. Is this guy dumb or smart?
Am I dumb or smart? Yeah, we should do a poll on that. Let's see what the chat thinks. Keep in mind, I own several buildings, several acres of land. I'm doing well for a guy that's only been out of prison for a little bit over a year. I got a lot of good stuff going on for me. I got a girlfriend. I got a refrigerator full of food. And it shows. So I mean, hey,
perhaps your own version of whatever
is
your
Jordan
militia diet
what
is
is my IQ above 100 or below 100?
certainly below.
Yeah, maybe I have like a 20 IQ, the IQ of a shovel. But a shovel can dig lots of holes. So a shovel is still useful. You need shovels.
I was going to say that being here is an insult to my own intelligence. But going back to your own response to the video, your comment section down to my video, it seems like you lack a reading comprehension level and listening comprehension level past the 7th grade. Or looking at your own comment section, your own videos, you don't even know stuff like grammar, the difference between homonyms like weak and weak, all sorts of stuff. It's just, why?
So that's what we're doing. We're doing the grammar Nazi division.
Yeah, I mean, like to graduate high school is a great stepping stone in society to be a.
So this guy is dressed like Adam Waffen, but it's the grammar Nazi division. It's the grammar Nazi division. I mean, I don't know. This is an informal context. What am I putting in my doctoral thesis for electrical engineering here? I mean,
no, it's just have basic spelling of stuff and not look like a illiterate or someone who hasn't.
I have better things to do than that. I have better things to do than have my grammar be perfect on an informal setting. It's not like I'm studying for my PhD. I'm trying to get my doctoral thesis in. I'm trying to put in my doctoral thesis so I don't know, a proctology or anthropology, sociology, biology. What am I studying here? I mean, like, this is kind of is an informal setting. I mean, this doesn't have to be, I mean, and I don't even hate Glow So Bright. That's what I want you guys to know, right? I don't hate this guy at all. I actually see a lot of myself in him. I see a lot of myself in him. When I was his age, I was like bitter, just like he was. Like, I hated every fucking buddy. I thought everybody was a bug. I thought everybody was like just kind of like an NPC. Like, that's how I thought, and I didn't know a fellow chud when I see, we got to have chuds have to have love for fellow chuds, and we got to admit that we're chuds. This holier than thou bullshit, the chuds got to stick together, right? And so the fact of the matter is, you got Glow So Bright attacking me, and he doesn't even realize that, like, me and him are very similar. We're both LARPers. We're both doing like there's no reason for all, like, why are we taking this LARP shit so seriously? And I understand taking the LARP seriously, being a prepper. Trust me, you could see right behind me. I have giant stockpiles of shit. I get it. I understand taking prepping seriously, but the idea that we're going to go on this live stream, the idea that we're going to just take this so seriously, things I did 10 years ago, the idea that we're going to put me in the spotlight. I mean, we can do it, and I'm open to it. But I mean, Glow So Bright, I like I said, I got nothing against him. I just want him to admit that he's a chud just like the rest of us. We're all chuds, okay? I got a super hot girlfriend because I write female inmates. Okay? That's why I have a super hot girlfriend. My girlfriend just got out of prison. Like, we're all chuds. We're all in this postmodernist, liberal utopia bullshit society. We're all being oppressed by this giant oligarchical corporate zombie boomer hellscape. We're all in the same hellscape. We all live the same nonsense lives. Okay? We're all chuds here. I just want him to admit that he's a chud. Just like we're all fucking chuds here. What's up, my chuds?
So
I believe
looking at
the proper term is chudders.
I don't know. Chud. Maybe chud isn't even the popular term. We're all weird, awkward white guys. I don't know what to say. Like, we can be based about it. We can be like super cool, badass, weird white guys, but we're still weird white guys. Why don't we just admit that we're weird white guys? We're all sitting in front of desktop computers. Every single one of us is sitting in front of probably a $1,500 desktop computer, probably 2 monitors on it, right? And it's what? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday night at 8:00, and this is what we're doing. Is any of us better than the other? I mean, come on. Is Glow So Bright better than me? Am I better than Glow So Bright? No, we're just chuds, bro. We're just having a good time. You think this shit ain't serious? It ain't that serious. You know what I mean? He's got like an Adam Waffen uniform with a what's it called, the Doll Squad patch. And he's doing, and it was a very clever way to troll me. I give him his props on that. Like you combine that weirdo Militia with Adam Waffen, and so yeah, that was his way of trolling me. That's actually kind of clever. Like, it didn't get under my skin. It didn't get me mad because I don't get mad that easily. But it was pretty clever on his part. I give him his props. What he's doing is clever. I'm not mad at him. He's mad at me. I don't know why he's mad at me. I didn't do anything.
An experience, and you're doing like some sort of pedigree pissing competition with wrapping your entire personality around, militia setup. I was in the militia. I am a militia.
I wasn't in the militia.
Could frame myself as a militia spokesman or things, even though whatever the RF is and what it functions is a complete fuck up.
I mean, my militia was a complete fuck up. Sorry guys, I'm getting a boomer monster out the fridge real quick. That's why I'm off stream for a couple seconds.
No, you're fine, man.
Well, this isn't the boomer monster. This is the teal millennial monster. So, and that's what another thing we all have in common. We're all drinking these. I mean, come on now. I mean, and we're not sponsored by them, even though we probably should be. I don't think they'd sponsor me, but that's aside the point.
It's like, look at it.
And yes, Glow So Bright. Listen, it's the no sugar, okay? God damn, I knew you were gonna do that to me. It's the no sugar. Okay? We're good, right? It's the no sugar. I know you want me to lose weight. I'm trying.
Anyways, you assume that I have no sort of experience whatsoever. What have you assumed I have in terms of experience relating prepping, militia, firearms related stuff, tactical knowledge, military experience? What sort of
I think you probably. It seems to me, I think you've been in the military. Hey, why do you got my uncle up on the screen? What the hell's going on? That's my uncle.
No, that's you. No, that's you.
No, he's too old to be me. That's from many decades ago. That's my great grandfather. What is he, a Slav?
I'll pull up the other picture I sent.
You guys remember when I stole
good resemblance.
The Kalushi cooler? Yeah, I was eating good in prison, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I want to give a shout out to everybody that sent me canteen in there. I was eating good. We were making goulashes out of the soups and shit. That was fun. I had a great time in prison, guys. If you want, you should go to prison. Prison is excellent. Go to prison.
I don't want to get my asshole reamed. I'll pass.
Lift some weights in there, like some homemade weights. Get big, get buff, eat good, and chill with all the guys in the yard, and then when you get out, all the girls will want to have some private time with you. All the girls, when you get out of prison, the ladies love a guy that's been to prison. Don't go to prison if you're already in college or something, but I mean, if you've already got a record, you might as well fuck up even better. Just go to prison, pump some iron, read some books while you're in there, expand your mind. Prison can be like college. Prison is what you make it, So if you want to go to prison doing some kind of crash out. Get on the news, get on the news, get on your local TV, get famous, get all of your local news, and then just do your thing, Try to only get locked up for like 2 years if you can, though, so everybody doesn't forget about you. And then you'll get out and you'll be somebody, Everybody needs a hill to climb. Everybody needs a dragon to slay. Everybody needs a challenge. Everybody needs tribulations and trials, right? And so when you got tribulations and trials and you do something with your life and you go through some shit, you know, it's just like John F. Kennedy said, we sent motherfuckers to the moon because it was hard. That's why we did it. That's why we sent people to the moon, right? Because it was hard. And so you do something because it's hard. You do something because it's hard. And then you figure out, you don't got to go to prison. I'm just talking shit. I'm being a troll, right? You could. That's one way to do it. But do something difficult. Do something hard. Challenge yourself. Challenge your mind. Get out there. Find a fucking mountain to climb or something, right? Find a mountain to climb. Do something. That's all I'm saying. Every young man has to climb his mountain so that when he's 30 years old, he'll be the man he was supposed to be. And I climbed my fucking mountain 100%. And I hope those of you that are out there that are listening to this shit, that are like 19, 20 years old, you need to go climb your mountain. Join the military, go to prison, something. Climb your mountain.
You know, if you want to say that doing something hard is some sort of greatness, I wouldn't want to have my asshole reamed out while in prison. That's a great way to guarantee to have that do.
We're still doing the prison rape jokes. I mean, this is just, oh my God. This is just like, this is not like, that's not what's happening in prison. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you the guys that get raped in prison. It's the guys that smoke K2 in there. Okay. The guys that smoke K2, those are the people. And it's usually finessing. Okay. Nobody's just standing around in prison, la, 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 and then they get raped. It doesn't really happen like that in prison. Not in the 21st century. And again, I'm not saying you should literally go to freaking prison. I'm not saying you should literally do that. But what I am saying is you need to climb your mountain. And for me, my mountain was prison, right? And the ROF thing, that was a struggle too. But doing 78 months in Florida Department of Corrections, that was my mountain. And every other thing that I do in life, that's like, I got a little nervous before I came on this stream. I haven't done a stream like this in a while, especially not with other people that I knew would throw hardballs at me, right? So I knew that I was a little bit nervous before I came on the stream. I'll be honest about that. But I knew that the nervousness of this is nothing compared to prison. And so I had a frame of reference. I know that I can handle this. And any given thing in life that comes up, I know I already handled prison. And because I already handled that, what comes next is nothing. What can life throw at me that hasn't already been thrown at me? And so that's why I tell a young man, he's got to climb his mountain. He's got to go through it. You got to go through it. You got to climb your mountain. And then once you climb your mountain is a personal thing. You get to decide what it is. But you got to put yourself through adversity. You got to put yourself through the fire. And when you put yourself through the fire, you'll get to be like Jordan Jareb. You'll get a place like Jareb Farm. You'll get a girlfriend like what I have. And you'll be able to do it. But you got to become the man you were meant to be. You got to become your true, authentic self. And it takes, to get iron, you have to have a heat treat. Anybody that makes knives will tell you the knife has to be heated up before you can become the sword you were meant to be. Right now in life, many young men are a hunk of metal, and they have to go through the forge to become a mighty sword. That is my message.
We really are forged in the fire over here. Jeez.
So
yeah, look,
the fire is a continuous theme for sure.
I might be cooked. People might say I'm cooked, right? People might say I'm mental. People might say I'm a weirdo. But it's like Pablo Picasso. It's better to paint something weird than to be forgotten. Paint something weird rather than be forgotten. 100%. Forge yourself into the best possible version of you, or at least a better version of you. I don't think I'm in my best possible form. Obviously, I'm kind of fat, right? But I can tell you that I've climbed my mountain, and I am the man that I'm supposed to be in my 30s. I turned 30 this year, and I feel great because I know that I'm the man I'm supposed to be. And I'm not scared of the things that I was scared of when I was 18. When I was 18, I was scared to talk to girls. It was like a bad, it was talking to girls was something that, oh man, I don't want to talk to girls. Now it's like, you look at the scars on my body. You see the scars on my
I don't
head.
want to look at. I really don't want to look at your asshole, dude.
So the scars in my head, the violence that I've experienced, the knife fights that I've literally been in knife fights in prison. How the fuck am I going to be scared to ask a girl for her number? No way. No way. Only reason I don't mess with the girls out here is because they're no good. I prefer the girls in prison, you know? And that's why I have my girlfriend, Nicole. And Trip, if you want to put her up on the screen, you know, me and my girlfriend, we've been doing videos together. If you guys want to, you know, play it. We've been doing prepper tactical videos. So, and I do feel like we're using the worst possible mugshots of me. I mean, that's fine.
Is that the one we're talking about? Sorry, which one?
No, I can send you. Hold on.
And by videos, you mean YouTube videos, not the other type of videos YouTube might make together.
I mean, me and her have made videos together, so. There she is, right here.
Hey, question
She
for
is
the chat.
amazing.
What were you in prison for, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, so this time around, it was actually a violation of probation. I don't know
And
what
the
I'll
first
go
time?
for next time. Maybe next time I'll run around naked in public or something. Next time I go to prison. I haven't decided what I'm going to go to prison next time.
Well, no, I was talking about your girlfriend.
Oh, what did she go for? I mean, that's personal. I mean, if she wants to talk
If
about
you don't
it.
want to answer, I'm not going to force you to answer. But the chat was asking. The chat was curious.
Okay, if she, hey baby, let me talk to her real quick. Make sure it's okay.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Hey baby, can I talk to you? Can I talk about you on there a little bit?
Yeah, let me take him off for a second. Okay, well, when he comes back, I'll let him. But Bucky, I know this has been a very fun, thrilling ride for all of us.
It's like trying to like burn my own fucking hand or palm with a cigarette. Jesus fucking Christ. So much yapping.
So, if you want to see my girlfriend's case, she had a high-profile case. She stabbed her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, and you thought this would be good girlfriend material?
Yes, absolutely. I want a girl that's living like that. All right, I want a dangerous girl. I can handle her. I love her. She's amazing. And her ex-boyfriend was abusive, and so she stabbed them. And I'm very proud of her for doing that. So if you want to look her up, her name is Nicole Faith Perry, and you could actually bring up a mugshot from when she got arrested. She got arrested for stabbing her ex-boyfriend.
So I got a question for you. So, yeah,
for real, you can look this up.
I empathize with you, Logan. So, people claim that you're no longer related to Nazism, yet in your social media accounts listed on your YouTube page, why
did he freeze?
Ending in
or did I freeze?
Jared, you froze.
Oh, I froze. Okay, well, I live out in the sticks, so this internet is.
I have more important questions when Bucky's done.
Yeah, so you keep saying you want to distance yourself from Nazism, then why is it that in your social media accounts, a lot of it would end up in 88, or when I have channels from your own fan base, you say like, oh, I want to go give comments and subscribers and stuff. So a lot of them would be like someone with like an SS avatar and someone that had their own account, their own comment be deleted, but would say like first name, last name, 88 with a Confederate flag avatar.
I get it. And I got a very easy answer to that. A lot of my audience are ethno-nationalist. And I've already said on the stream, obviously I am sympathetic to I believe every single ethnic group has the right to self-determination, right? And so obviously a lot of people on my channel, on my comments section, are ethno-nationalists. They are what you think they are. Right. But I'm not responsible for every commenter on my channel. How can I be held responsible for? I don't. My comment section's Wild West. I don't delete comments. Even people that hate me, I let them say what they want to say.
Going back to the RF.
I'm not responsible for what they say. So.
Going back to the ROF, and also what sort of core ideology does the RF have?
ROF was ethno-nationalist, very similar to, say, League of the South. It was ethno-nationalist, it was nativist, and it was secessionist. Very similar to League of the South, only younger people, more radical ideas kind of being thrown around. Okay, this is my girlfriend. So me and her both have high profile cases. You know, her ex-boyfriend was abusive, and you know, she did what she had to do. The state's attorney's office didn't see things her way, but I mean, that's normal.
Anyways,
Bruh,
going back,
I'm sorry. I love
Yeah.
this statement right here. So Perry stabbed him in the face above his left eye after stabbing him once in the shoulder, deputy said. After her arrest, Perry told deputies, this is your girlfriend, low-key wanted to hurt him.
Yep.
Low-key. Just a little hurt. You can have a little stab as a treat.
The night Nicole got out of prison, the first thing I did is I handed her a knife. Yep.
uh,
Yep.
that is,
I trust
yeah,
her.
that is quite funny.
Yeah.
No, I have so many questions about this. This is what the rest of the stream is going to be on. I think we've elucidated his ideology and the stuff with the ROF and things. So I think we're going to move past that. But okay, so you do this as a perpetually, right? So you find women.
Actually, no.
inmates.
Hold up. I do have a question as well. Like, how did you get into Nazism?
I'm not into Nazism.
I
believe in
during your stint in leading the ROF.
yeah.
Like,
So
how did you get into it?
look, a couple of times, you know, we used to listen to Ian Stewart, you know, and so a couple of times we did some things that were edgy. But I'm not a member of the German National Socialist Workers' Party. Our flag did not have a swastika on it. It had a triskel on it, which means to us it meant past, present, and future. We had our own theory on Hegelian dialectics and how they work. That's why I have a triskel tattooed here. It's a triskel. It's not a swastika. And that's, you know, that was central to our ideology, past, present, and future. And then also problem, reaction, solution, Hegelian dialectics, thesis, antithesis, synthesis, right? So we had a very, it's esoteric, and we don't really have time for it on this particular stream. It's very esoteric in nature, but we had our own ideology within the organization, you know, like strong men create good times create weak men,
Right.
weak men create hard times. We had like an ideology with that, very deep. It's a very deep
Looking
the
at
cycle.
it, would it be,
Yeah, and so that's what that represented to us, and
David
that's why that was on
Lane's-
the flag.
like inspiration
But-
from David Lane's The Order, which that group in the 80s was their members. The group disintegrated after members either got thrown in jail.
I mean, obviously
or,
we
got shot
had
to death by the police.
yeah, obviously we had intermingling with other ethno-nationalist groups, but we were very much our own thing. We were not Nazis. Not a Nazi.
You promoted the ideology. You promoted Siege. You literally read 88 Precepts by David Lane.
Siege was a meme. And we, I have a copy of Siege here. Okay, guys come by my house and they drop these books off. I have a copy of the Turner Diaries here. I have a copy of Siege here.
Michael Maybach, who was the leader of the Nazgul.
Matthew Heimbach.
Group.
I mean, Heimbach
Yes.
was the leader of a group called the Traditionalist Workers' Party. It's now defunct. Again, this is stuff that happened many, many, many years ago. And there's a lot of truth to the things you're saying, but it's not representative of what I'm doing now. Right now, I'm running a survivalist and prepping channel. I got black fans. And my black fans are,
Good.
Because I've studied Haitian machete fighting. So, I mean, that's the thing. So, I mean, it's hard to make the argument. I mean, here's some of my fans wearing my merchandise. Do these guys look like Nazis to you? I just sent it to Focus Trip. Yeah, there you go. So those are my fans right there. You can see they're clearly wearing my merchandise, right? Like, do they look like Nazis? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there was that one guy over in Tennessee that clearly was a Nazi. The one guy who like shot up a school, killed someone, and then killed himself.
What do I have to do with that? Well, hold on a second.
No, I'm just saying that
Tennessee.
like people, the appearance of someone of a different skin complexion to be a full-on believer in Nazi or neo-Nazi ideology.
So I believe in the right of ethnic self-determination for all racial groups, all ethnic groups, national identity, whatever, right? I don't believe America was supposed to be a collection of ideas, right? Like that's what Ben Shapiro says, that America is a collection of ideas. I wonder if he feels the same way about Israel as he feels about America. Because when it comes to Israel, he looks at that nation as a place and a people. He looks at the Israelis as a people, a unique, distinct ethnic group. But when it comes to America or any European country, if you try to say that there's a specific people and you say it's not just a collection of ideas, they accuse you of being a Nazi. Right? I mean, and so like that's the thing. It's there's people out there that don't want their culture to be just like erased and just turn into a gray corporate hodgepodge kind of neoliberal society. There's people that actually want to preserve their culture, and maybe some of them stumble upon old ideas from the 30s, from Mussolini and a certain Austrian painter, right? Okay, maybe some people are stumbling upon those old ideas, but the core value that people have the right to exist as an ethnic group is not an offensive idea. And many of my black supporters, because many of my fans are black. Okay, so I mean, if I'm a Nazi, how are so many of my fans black? So many of my fans are Haitians, machete fighters. Because I love machetes as a Florida guy, and I'm obsessed with machetes. And so I've studied terre machete or whatever, however you pronounce it. I forgot how you pronounce it exactly, but I talked to the Haitians in prison and they told me about it, right? And so I made one of my most viewed videos is about Haitian machete fighting. I have enormous respect for the Haitians because they threw off the chains of slavery and they don't feel like I owe them anything. They don't feel like I owe them anything at all. So I have enormous respect for the Haitians, right? I actually called one of my Haitian friends that was in prison recently, and I asked him, what's up with this whole thing about you guys eating cats? You know what he said? He said, hey, have you ever lived in a third world country where you had nothing to eat but a cat? And I was like, wow, that's a pretty nuanced take right there. And so there's a disconnect between their culture and our culture, sure, but I still do have enormous respect for them on some levels. The problem isn't people having other cultures. The problem is when you force everybody into one cultural Marxist kind of, when you act like gender and race and all these things are just interchangeable things, when you act like people, individuals are just these economic units, it's dehumanizing. They claim that it's about liberating everybody. They claim it's about making everybody happy. They claim it's about creating a better world, but they just want us to be all corporate slaves that have no culture and no identity. And so we all buy the same cheap Chinese crap. It's an enslavement agenda. It's driving down the price of labor. Why don't we just import millions of people from India? I mean, we have China. Why isn't China scrambling to get all these Indians? These Indians are so valuable. It's what Elon Musk says. China should be scrambling to get these Indians. I mean, China's right next to India. I don't understand where the hell we should be blockading China. I mean, I know I'm literally I'm literally stealing jokes from Sam Hyde at this point.
Kind of running on a bit long, but
no, it's just also, I'm being called Nazi because I'm standing up for my culture, because I'm standing up for my values, because I want Western civilization to live and thrive. I'm being accused of being a Nazi for that, and it's just like it's basically this ad hominem attack that you can throw at anybody you disagree with, because Ben Shapiro wants this place to be a collection of ideas instead of a place and a people. So saying that the people that were born here don't have the right to keep their culture and have to be assimilated by third worlders that come in here, saying that our culture has to be basically replaced, and it's happening openly, and nobody's allowed to talk about it. And anybody that tries to talk about it gets called a Nazi. And so I didn't want, I try to avoid this topic because I fought for this topic all my 20s, and I've been trying to retire from it. I've been trying to live a peaceful life out in the woods and not talk about these things very often, and because it is controversial, and I'd rather just chill out here. But I keep getting pulled back into politics, even though I don't want to be pulled into it. So okay, Jordan Jarrett's back, I guess. I don't want to be in this game.
No, like looking at your social media accounts, it ends in 88, and we all know what 88 is. We've already established that.
I mean, a username of one of my accounts from that, my Gab account that I created, 10 years ago or something?
Facebook, Instagram. Just wondering why. And also another thing is that if you want to really turn over a new leaf, why do you use the ROF as some sort of like a foundation to your personality, especially for the tactical stuff, the malicious stuff?
Because there's
all that
no
sort of stuff?
avoiding it. There's no avoiding it. When you literally have a situation where in your 20s, that's what you are a part of, there's no running from it. There's no avoiding it. I can't run from it. It's impossible. Everybody knows. If I tried to run from it, I would look like a pussy. Would I not? Everybody would call me on it. They'd say, "Why are you running from it?" And I learned valuable lessons during my time in ROF. There's no doubt about that. I learned valuable lessons. And I also learned about other cultures. And I also learned when I went to prison a lot about Black people. Black people want to survive, just like
Wait.
Black people want to preserve their culture and their heritage, just like you do. Black people want the pursuit of happiness, just like you do. I don't dispute that.
All right, gents. I think we got to wrap it up there because I am on a time crunch for tonight. But is there anything either one of you guys want to say in a quick closing statement, like 30 to 60 seconds?
Yes. Why, if you want to move on, why not just move into something totally different, like build bug terrariums, go and do papercraft and origami, do literally anything else, pottery, if you truly want to move past that.
Well, before I say anything, shout out to Trench Grenade. I see he's in the chat. Trench, I had a Sig Sauer sitting on my nightstand. It killed a burglar without me even having to touch it. That's the best gun I've ever seen. Stop talking bad about Sig. It goes off without me even having to touch it. That's based, okay? I just want to get that off my chest. And then another thing I want to say is, look, I'm a prepper. I'm a survivalist. And part of my original motivation for prepping and survivalism in the first place was ethnic tension. And that's a reality of the world. And I'm not going to bury my head in the sand from that. Even if I have moved on from the ROF thing, I'm not going to bury my head in the sand about the reality of ethnic and tribal tensions. That's a key figure in all conflicts in the world right now.
And separate of the stream, or separate of like the response to my own video, why keep bringing up the militia stuff?
I mean, that was a part of my life. like I said, the militia stuff, there's no avoiding the fact that was a part of my life for a decade.
But you can
it was a part of my life
to do something new.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am doing something new.
We keep going on with this sort of path.
I mean, I'm doing something new. I think I'm doing something new. I don't know. It's up to the audience to decide.
All right, but I have to get back to this. I'm sorry. I've waited long enough. Okay, so you mentioned something earlier in the stream, Jordan, about how you specifically seek out women inmates so that they're not feministic. So what does that process look like? Because me in the chat, we are very curious about this.
So I get on the Securus app, and Republic of Florida Militia used to write tons of female inmates. So I'm already famous in the women's prison system. They know who I am. Thousands of women in there know who I am. So basically, I have contacts in there, and I know who's doing what in there. I even know a girl that was on Little St. James Island, Lauren Wombles. She knew Jeffrey Epstein. I know stuff. I know all types of stuff. That's talk about a human intelligence network. I have human out the wazoo. I have those girls in there know everything that's going on, right? And so, Nicole, me and her, we talked. I mean, it's kind of a long story. I know we're trying to wrap this up.
No. I'm just but you specifically you specifically seek them out because they're better stock of girlfriends, or what's your long-term plan?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think the women in prison, okay, because their dopamine receptors haven't been completely fried, because the girls out here are on TikTok all day and they're on Tinder, and there's just constant stimulation, and I think that messes men's brain up. But I think with women, it just the women on our side have just been destroyed by the constant stimulation, and my girlfriend is not like that at all. And the girls in prison are not like that at all. It's just better girlfriends. So if you're a survivalist and a prepper, plus criminals and like felons and shit, they know how to wheel and deal. So if you're a prepper, you might want a convicted felon girlfriend, and then they can get their record expunged, and then they can get their rights. I'm getting my rights back. Nicole's getting her rights back too, And I also want to say, I'm not a Christian. I worship Odin, but I have a lot of respect for Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ, he surrounded himself with the poor. He surrounded himself with beggars and prostitutes and stuff, right? He surrounded himself with the bad people that everybody else forgot about. He didn't surround himself. That's not who the good people didn't need salvation. It's the bad people that needed salvation, right? And so I'm trying
Right,
to
but in
live.
this analogy, you're putting yourself as Jesus rather than somebody who's trying to get prison poo.
Well, I think Jesus is inspirational, and I think we should want to live like the prophets and the shamans of all the religions. And Jesus is only one example. Odin had to sacrifice a lot to get knowledge. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Every religion has these themes in it, and so
Yeah,
we need to give
SV89.
people
This
a
is
second
this
chance.
is your boy. This is your boy, SV89. He's on your team.
Listen, everybody
Uh,
needs another chance at life. We need second chances. We need criminal justice reform. It needs to be done in a safe, responsible way that doesn't endanger the general public. But these people are going to get out and they're going to be your neighbors. And part of that is letting a girl into your life. You know, we got all these incels out here that can't get a girlfriend. Why aren't you writing female inmates? They're better women anyway.
I like to
You know,
lessen my
and so,
chances of being
like-
stabbed.
I mean, if people are afraid of that, I just think people should have that as an option. That's all.
Oh yeah,
I
also
think
speaking of
people-
living as prophets, we should go and live and base our lifestyle off the Prophet Muhammad, praise be upon him.
I mean, that's one of the historical figures of, you know, one of the prophets, the shamans, the holy men. There's plenty of them. There's probably about 100 of them we could reference, but it's all a consistent theme. Redemption. People need redemption. And how can we say that we really forgive these people if we don't if we're not willing to hook up with one? How can we say we believe in criminal justice reform if we're not willing to have a felon girlfriend?
if you won't take the girlfriend who stabbed your last boyfriend, you're a cuck. That's a great take. I like that.
Yeah, we need to go and live our life off of Sung Young Moon, the leader of the.
Well, I mean, look, that's an extreme. My case is an extreme case. Not everybody's going to be Jordan Jarrett, but there's some nerdy girls in there, man. There's some girls in there that were on 4chan that got arrested for threatening emails and stuff. There's some girls in there that are like that.
And would anyone want to
so-
be Jordan Jarrett? That's a real.
Everybody
question.
wants to be Jordan Jarrett. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, chat, can you verify this?
I don't know. Everybody, how about this? Everybody is Jordan Jarrett. We're all Jordan Jarrett because we're all just chuds. It's like what I said earlier. We're all just chuds. Let's just admit we're chuds. We're all LARPing. We're all waiting for society to collapse. Some of us hope society collapses faster. Some of us are trying to make it collapse faster. I mean, like, why do we have to do the holier than thou thing? Radical times call for radical solutions. You need to be open to things like writing female inmates. It's higher quality women in there. They're doing self-improvement in there. A lot of them are in faith-based dorms. A lot of those women want to get out and have a better life. And they have better values. They want a man that actually is going to take care of them and actually going to do right. They don't just, they're not trying to fuck around like all these girls out here. The girls out here are not as good as the girls in there. I'm telling you. In there, they're studying, reading books. They're not on TikTok all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Don't eat hot chip or lie. Yeah, I get it.
Trench Grenade identifies as Jordan. You know, I love Trench Grenade, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm flattered that Trench Grenade thinks highly of me because I think highly of him. Okay. And that's another thing we need. We need fucking role models. Okay. Trench Grenade is a real role model. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah,
we need role models.
Let's bring him here. Let's bring Trench Grenade here.
Well, I mean, Trench Grenade, you know, he's probably halfway joking, but halfway serious, but I'll take that. You know, I'll take that 100%. I'll take that as a Jerebian dog whistle of we're kind of halfway promoting esoteric Jerabism. And Jerabism is like this new ideology that I made up just now. And so that's the thing. So we have a new ideology. It's called esoteric Jerabism. We literally just came up with it literally 35 seconds ago. And that's the thing, you know? And we got another Jordan in here. Look at that.
My name is Jeff.
Who's this?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, it's the Trench.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Hey,
so,
I just gotta say, I was gonna give like real quick 2 cents. Jordan,
Okay.
I think even though you talk about prison entirely too much, awkwardly, I am a Jordan enjoyer. You at least represent yourself well. You probably should not tell everyone your girlfriend is a felon every 5 seconds. I mean, congrats though, if it makes you happy, right? I'm not trying to hate on you, but Bucky, my AAR comments for you is you came across super defensive, You attacked Jordan's intelligence on multiple occasions. I get it. He's a Nazi. Probably not a good look to be a Nazi, allegedly, right?
I don't think I'm really a Nazi. But...
Allegedly, right? Whatever the accusations of Bucky. But
wait, they got me in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Is this the political compass?
I think the bottom line is you, like, as a man, I think you represented yourself well, even though you had some pretty
made me an
hilarious takes tonight. Bucky, next time slam dunk better, please.
No, I like Gloso Bright. He doesn't like me, but I like him. I think he's going to grow into somebody really interesting. And if my supporters, I want my supporters to subscribe to Gloso Bright. I don't hate him. He hates me. I think he's gonna grow into somebody that's cool. I think he's on the path right now. You know what I mean? I don't hate him at all. He's just a bit confused. He just thinks I'm the bad guy. I don't have any problems with him.
Damn, Trench is in here for 2 seconds and he's catching strays. Unbelievable.
Bro, Randy, let's talk about Randy Reviews It for a second. Randy did like a 30 or 40-minute video on me and misquoted me and misrepresented me the entire time. And I'm not saying that to like exaggerate. My man literally said that I did more CQB than Matt Pranka, that he like misquoted everything I've ever said. And then he was like, go unsubscribe from Trench. I was about to be like, go subscribe to Randy because he's trying, I guess. But no, I think Gloso Bright is.
I had a question for Trench. Yo, listen, I want to sell my soul to the Sig Sauer devil. Can they get me a bunch of powerful attorneys and stuff and like clean my record if I just pretend to like their shitty gun?
Yeah, so what you want to do is grow a beard and tell everyone that the gun is safe, and then gaslight your entire 500,000 subscriber audience by saying,
"What's going on? This is Jared with GBRS Group, and I can tell you right now, I've only lost one testicle from this thing."
Yeah, allegedly, and then make a statement in your closed Discord server saying that, or your Patreon saying that you've never been paid by SIG, even though that's literally against federal.
You're not supposed to keep one in the chamber. It's in the instruction manual. It's on you.
Anyway, back to where we're supposed to be here for. Bucky, I do think you did research. Whenever you're gonna debate somebody, if you try to attack their intelligence, it's just gonna blow back on you, especially if you don't slam dunk it. And that's what it appeared from my perspective. It was like, oh, he's got him, but then you started, you went after how his grammar is. It's like there's a better way to go about it, man.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of like a stereotypical, like we make fun of that all day on 4chan. Like when we're shit posting on 4chan, we got like the grammar Nazi memes and stuff. Like that's kind of, you know what I mean? But it's okay. Like I'm not mad at him. I think Gloso Bright has a pretty cool channel. I like some of his videos. I'm actually a fan of him, even if he's not a fan of me. So, I mean, I'm going to keep watching his videos.
All right, well, thank you for being on
You
the
have
show.
no pedigree. Stop pretending you do, Trench.
He has no pedigree. Well, thank goodness there's no scale in the chat, or you would break it, good sir.
So would Nighthawk.
Man, you spend more of time
I saw
obsessing.
fucking on the beach with her, man. Her arms are just as big as mine. Stop playing with me, bro.
Oh, we got Boondock Ballistician in the house. I like that Slavic Saturday video she made. Wow, everybody's here tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, my own feelings of this is more or less the same as a chat.
Bro, get everyone in here. Everyone that's ever made a video on YouTube, get them in here.
So Boondock Ballistician, she's wrong though, because these girls usually go to prison at like 18 years old. So they're actually kept fresh and new. The system preserves them.
You sound like a serial killer.
Brother,
man.
that's not helping your case.
Yeah, Jordan.
That
so
is
this is
not
where I
helping
leave
your
the pro Jordan. I can't vote for you, Jordan, if you're going to be,
Don't you want them fresh and pure? Don't you want to get married to a girl that hasn't been ran through? I mean, that's not that weird.
You cannot be the vice president in our running if you're going to be preying on other felons, okay?
My girlfriend, I'm not preying on her. If anything, she's preying on me like that.
Trench, you and him should start a survival school. I'm sure it would go over very well.
I'm going to start an alpha school, and I'm going to like pour water hoses on people and like cold temperatures and verbally abuse them. Will you give me $19,000 for that? I mean, we could do that. I mean,
Yeah, Trench could yell at him. He's a drill instructor.
We'll have Trench Grenade yell at him, and we'll pour ice cold water on you. And we'll say, this is what it takes to be an alpha. And like, you just give us $19,000. I call that, if Trench wants to do it.
My favorite part about this stream is that Randy hates me so much that he's just gonna sit here and attack me the entire time.
I thought you were really cool the one night you were drunk. That one night you were drunk on stream, you seemed like a decent guy, but man, the things you do for the spotlight are just wild to me.
Like joining a live stream and attacking someone's spouse. That's not doing anything for a spotlight.
I mean, I'm just calling facts of facts. Like, let's get the tape measure around her arms. Let's get the tape measure around my arms and see how much difference there is.
Randy, did you say fats or facts?
Facts. Sorry,
Okay,
my enunciation is pretty bad. I
I
can't say iron right either.
Yeah, you can't touch it either without dying or gaining 400 pounds, apparently.
Trench, I lift more than you do. Like,
I mean, it's not hard to lift more than somebody when you literally weigh.
I know. I'm technically on paper stronger than you, Trench Grenade.
That's good.
How does that feel? You're training every day. Randy just walks up the steps and he's stronger than Trench Grenade. That's how bad it is. Your whole life
it like
is a lie.
England, where there's like, I'm a form of measurement. My strength is a form of measurement in your life, in your reality. Do you, wake up thinking about me as a form of measurement?
No, I don't wake up thinking about you because it'd take like 3 of you stacked on each other to make a regular man.
Oh no,
bro! Your whole personality is hating me. It's like me and Goober's group. I love it.
I made like 2 videos about Trench because he had bad takes, and then the chicken hawk comes in here. Watch out here. Yeah. Okay, Trench. Get Nighthawk on the camera and let's have the chat do a poll.
Who is Chicken Hawk? I'm not in the know.
Chicken Hawk. I don't even know what's going on. I'm kind of lost.
From Leghorn, the cartoons, that little chicken hawk, he's like really tiny. He always pretends to be mean and strong. That's what Trench Grenade is.
Hey, Sig Sauer, if you're listening to this, I'll sell my soul. Like you could sponsor me, and I'll will you pay for my medical bills when I lose my left nutsack?
Did you?
I just
say
want my
your
rights
soul
restored.
or your whole.
I just want a big team. Listen, they got a big team of lawyers that can make 2 + 2 = 5. Okay, so I want a big team of lawyers that can get my felony expunged, so I can have the right to bear arms again.
I hope they send you one of those blue training pistols.
And so I'm trying to get those. I'm trying to get those 2 + 2 = 5 lawyers that they got, because I don't know how they're literally putting U.S. servicemen's lives in danger, and these lawyers are just making it to where nobody does anything about it. I assume they could give me my rights back, and I could get my felony expunged. So if Sig Sauer wants to sponsor me, I mean, at this point, they got nothing to lose. I mean, their reputation is already toast. You might as well let Jordan Jareb sponsor you. Okay,
Jordan,
I'm going to lose one of my nuts, but I mean,
Jordan,
I'm going to get shot in the leg, but I guess it's worth it.
In every statement that Jordan makes, I'm like, wow, this is kind of base. And then out of nowhere, it'll be like an admission of guilt. And I'm like, oh, we're cooked. We're cooked again.
I mean, I haven't sold my soul yet, but for Sig Sauer, if you got to put like 2 million on the table, maybe 10 million.
GBRS did it for what, 250K?
Yeah,
No.
I want more than that. At this point, I want more than that.
They aren't doing it. What is FTC? What is federal law to you?
Federal law? I think the law is only an opinion with a gun. In the case of Sig, it's an opinion with a gun that goes off by itself.
So, going back to like this whole debate, what a huge drag.
Okay.
When you keep saying about you want to leave things in the past, all that sort of stuff, especially say Nazism, Neo-Nazi ideology, all that sort of stuff, then why is it that you call me out for you claiming that a previous mistake in my own video?
I mean, I just don't like. I
like
mean,
you keep
it's
saying
like
you keep saying like there's false,
I'm
or the
just
comment section
not-
is false.
I'm not a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. I'm not a Nazi any more than Sam Hyde is. How about that? If Sam Hyde is a Nazi, I mean, he's within the Overton window, right? Like I said earlier, I'm just trying to be within that Overton window. I support the current thing. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, I am NPC Jareb. I support the current thing. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, like whatever the current thing is, I support it. I mean, come on. It's like
that includes
I'm not trying to be
making threats towards people, like everything from
years ago.
random strangers
I'm
on
not
the
I'm
internet
not
all
trying
the
to
way
be like
to
pigeonholed into a
in-
spot where like I'm gonna get censored and deplatformed, demonetized. I'm not trying to get pigeonholed into that. Like obviously, I said earlier, I believe in ethno-nationalism. I believe in the right for people to preserve their culture no matter what race they come from. I've went into how like 40% of my audience is like Haitians. Like the Haitians love me. You know, I have like people of all races watch my videos. Most of the people that buy my merch are not black or are not white. Most of them are black. I got some Filipino people that watch my stuff, like Filipino martial artists that are interested in my
So
stuff. I got people from all over the world
Let's
that love
test
me.
that. Does Vintage Warfare watch Jordan or not?
I don't know.
Because
Maybe.
that's the kingdom of Wakanda right there.
see, Jordan, the problem with not being racist or being racist is the person that screams, "I'm not a racist," just looks more like a racist. So
Well, I mean, I don't care if I get called race. I'm not here to talk
I mean
about if
that's
I'm a racist or not. I just
but
reject the whole word.
but
You
bring
see what I'm
like
saying?
using your audience as a metric of, oh well, I have X amount of this or ethnicity or race. It's like, got it. The better way, and I think what's more important here is, Bucky, I'm assuming you have a lot of evidence to prove that Jordan has, Nazi beliefs in the past or some sort of socialist beliefs in the past, right? So I think what's more important here is if you are not a racist, just don't do stupid shit, and your actions will speak for that. Simply screaming on a live stream, "I'm not a racist," isn't gonna fix your image.
Well,
You
I
know
mean, I
what I'm
don't
saying?
care if people call me a racist. I just don't. I just want that conversation to be nuanced. The word racist eliminates all nuance.
Hold
There's
on, I
no
gotta address
nuance. There's
something from
no.
chat. I never helped you in the stall door. Okay, we don't talk about that. You paid me $250,000 to never ventilate that hole again.
That's why his throat's scratchy.
Yeah, I
Unlike
don't.
you, Randy, I actually do something for a living rather than making trash
I want
content
to
that
see.
literally nobody watches with zero
Post the
engagement.
salary.
I
Post the
want to see
salary,
if the
buddy.
chat. I want to see if the chat can answer this question. Who invented the word racist? When did the word racist first appear in the English literary tradition? The word racist was invented by Leon Trotsky. Okay, so what it is, it's a made up word. You can add the word ist or ism to any word. It's a made up word. So it doesn't mean anything, right? I don't care about the word racist. It doesn't mean anything. It's a made up word. It was invented by Leon Trotsky. It first appeared in the 1920s in Marxist literature. Anybody can look this up. The word racist is a fake made up word meant to
Well,
stop conversations about race from even really happening. It's to get rid of all nuance. It's
Stop
to
the
make
cap.
every person that's white that cares about their culture get deplatformed. That was the goal from way back in the day. It was a Marxist psyop. And so any white person any European person that's proud of their culture and doesn't want their country to become a collection of ideas, is what Ben Shapiro wants, right? Anybody that doesn't want that to happen to their society is called a racist. And we forget the fact that the word racist is a made up word. It doesn't mean anything. It's a made up word. It was made up by it probably was Leon Trotsky. It showed up in the English literary tradition in the 1920s. It wasn't widely used until the 1920s. It wasn't really widely used until the civil rights movement in the 1960s.
Jordan.
So it's a made up word.
Jordan, you should pull a full 180 and join Antifa.
No, absolutely not.
So
hold
with
on,
that,
Jordan, you join Antifa, and then maybe Randy reviews it can join a gym, and it'll shock everybody's world.
Already down 72 pounds, Trench. What are you doing? You're not getting your height any taller.
So Jared, so you also believe that racism doesn't exist. Can you elaborate if you could feel that it's okay to target others based off of their nationality and skin color, whether in the present or in the past?
I mean, I don't think you should target somebody specifically for the way they were born. No. I don't think you should physically attack somebody or target somebody for the way they were born. Absolutely not. I'm against that.
Well, do you think we should target single women?
Are.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got.
Hey, what's up with them aliens, Bob?
What's up with them aliens?
Yeah, what's up with them? Bob Lazar's in the chat. What's up with them fucking aliens? fuck all this. What we're talking about. I'm trying to figure out about the alien. You got Bob Lazar in the chat. I know it's probably just a troll, but it's probably not really the real Bob Lazar.
What
But
are you
still.
talking about? John, I'm happy you invited me into the retard Olympics. This is the best
Yeah.
stream ever.
Bro, okay.
It doesn't matter if I win or lose. I'm still pretty retarded at the end of
Well,
it.
This is-
Holy
So what are you
crap.
talking about?
Scud
Aliens.
Fest 2025.
What's aliens? And I'm glad Nito Benito brought all this together. Whoever that is.
So Nito Benito is a friend of mine, and you could see some of the like TV commercials and stuff that me and him see. We both do videography together, and when I got out of prison, I was desperate for work, and I did like TV commercials for people and stuff like that. And yeah, it's surprising that a guy like me can get a job, but I'm so good at what I do that I'm always going to have work. So, and I also do search engine optimization for people, and I do all kinds of stuff. Like
You do some
I
SEO,
basically-
high speed stuff.
yeah, I do SEO. I do I don't do web development stuff per se, but I've done some odd jobs that involve, MySQL servers and FTP, file transfer protocol. I've fixed broken websites for people. I've done odd jobs for people. I've done little things here and there.
So you on Fiverr? Are you like a Fiverr Indian?
I have been on Fiverr before. I used to do fake British accents.
Oh, that's cool. Do you ever hit them?
I used to talk like Captain Price and make a little bit of money here and there, right? Like I did. So I was a hustler. I used to do all kinds of stuff online. But I wasn't. I don't consider myself a grifter. I gave people what they paid for. But I'm kind of.
Yeah. Hold on,
Obviously, you guys know that. Obviously, I've benefited off crypto at some point. You guys already know that.
You're doing a
I
little
don't even
wigger
gotta say that.
maxing.
Brother, you have done you've done everything in this life. You maxed out every skill tree.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Noodle
it's like
cups
what's
to
that
the
game?
moon.
It's fucking Skyrim. You're like
No, listen, my life.
your
I've-
speech is definitely up there for sure.
I've
You
broke
max
the game.
speech.
The game is glitched. I can't fix it. It's just all the I got the unlimited.
Oh,
I got
you're
the
like
hot
the dude-
girl follower. Like
broke
you know what I'm
the
saying?
brother.
Like
Uh-huh.
you get the
I got
vampire trait in Oblivion when you accidentally do the vampire trait and you save
Yeah.
the game at a bad spot and you can't go back. So now you're just in this perpetual
Yeah.
world where you know too much, but you're slightly racist. So
Hi,
you go on.
Trench. You didn't say hi to me.
I did. I was going to ask you
No,
if you
you
got your
didn't.
prison girlfriend yet.
Oh, I
We
I've
gotta
got
go
the
to
Wild
prison.
Wasteland perk and fall
Yeah.
to Vegas.
Vintage and I in prison would be hilarious.
I was a prison guard for a while throughout my time, so that's why I take interest.
Yeah, I remember you.
You kind of
You
talk
bucked
like an
me on my
inmate.
tray. That was you.
That was me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where,
You bucked me
at
on
a
my
facility.
tray, and you put me on property restriction. I
This-
remember you.
You were on line of sight. I made fun of you all day. I saw you. You were in one of the fucking suicide spot or slur slot, whatever the fuck YouTube's getting.
That was one time.
Yeah, I had to stare at you for 24 hours. I remember that explicitly. You also
Yeah.
said, geez, I really like dudes. I remember that in the cell. You're like, I like men. I remember that specifically.
So
This is the spinoff we didn't know we needed. The short.
Well, honestly, I just
the-
came
the
in.
short story.
I just came here. I'm just here
cell
for the fun.
extractions.
Vintage is the CO. The accountant is definitely Bucky. He's got all the data here, right?
Yeah.
Bucky's the warden. What do you mean? Bucky's the warden. Okay.
Yeah, he's the warden.
Actually, no. Well, John, no. You're like
Supreme
assistant
leader.
watch commander. Assistant watch commander.
Vintage
John's
warfare
watch
is
commander.
like he's about to do a cell extraction on me.
Yeah, I'm about to do an FCE on you. That's true. You know what's going to
Yeah.
happen too? Yeah, we're going to make sure when you're shoving rocks up your ass from the rec yard. Okay. Don't ask me how. That's a true story. We're definitely we're gonna go hard on you. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
That happened.
Vintage.
He's
I'ma
being
do some
bashful,
fent.
but that happened right
I'ma
after
do
he
some
was like,
fent.
"I like guys." When he was like that,
You're gonna
on
hit me with
LOS.
listen. You're gonna hit me that third time with the CS gas right before you do the cell extraction. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pop some fent and I'm gonna wrap the fucking sheet around my head and I'm gonna have it wet so none of it gets in my eyes and you're gonna come charging in with the riot shield and hopefully we can monetize it. That'd get a lot of views.
That'd probably get a lot of views. Has anyone ever told you you're like 3 Nick Fuenteses put together?
I'm only 3.
Like 3.
I'm like
it's
10 Nick Fuenteses.
10.
I knew Nick Fuentes.
To you?
That's-
Do you,
that's-
are you
yeah.
him and you go way back?
Well, he and it's funny because you got Glow So Bright probably will find this out eventually. Nick Fuentes has ties to Heimbach, and I knew Heimbach, and so I've interacted with Nick Fuentes back when he was like nobody. I knew Sam Hyde when he was nobody.
Oh,
like these
shit.
people used to be in little group chats and stuff on VK, and like
Mhm.
these people used to just be kind of like Discord shit poster people, and now they're like famous and all over TV. It's pretty funny. But I actually knew these people when they were nobody.
So like, do you feel any like jadedness about that? Are you like bitter about it?
No,
No.
He's got all the noodle cups.
This is a genuine question. Like, because
So-
you know them, your homies and stuff.
not really. I mean, I don't. They do their own thing. I kind of left politics.
Oh, well, I mean, that's probably, I mean, because now I didn't watch the whole
Oh,
entire,
that's
like it was a
supposed
long
to-
video. It was a long video, right?
I was supposed to hang out with Sam Hyde in 2018. I got an invitation to do that. The invitation, I don't know if that's still on the table, but I'd be open to it. You know, apparently Sam Hyde, after I did the exact same prank that he always did, where they said that he was a shooter, that the shooter is the notorious comedian Sam Hyde. I did the exact same prank one time. Only difference is I went to prison for it when I did it. So like I was in 2018, Sam Hyde wanted me to come hang out with him, but I couldn't because of my legal situation. You know, I was in house arrest, so I couldn't go see him. Probation officer wouldn't let me go see him. I was actually, there was a lot of stuff that I was supposed to go on. I was supposed to be on like Dr. Phil. I was invited on to all types of stuff, all types of daytime television. I'd have to look at the
Love
list.
After Lockup.
You seem like a pretty
Yeah,
hot
I was going to be on
commodity
there.
on,
I actually have
I knew
JP
it.
emails.
I knew it.
Yeah, they wanted
So-
me that like I have so many journalists that reach out to me, so much stuff I was supposed to be on that I never went on, mostly because of probation.
Oh, okay.
I even
mean,
got
so-
a email from way back in the day. They canceled the whole show, but there was talk about Doomsday Preppers. But I mean that they canceled the entire show, so it never happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit. I did do an interview with Tallahassee.com. Some of you guys might be familiar with that. That was a long time ago. I've done some shit here and there. I haven't done like a proper interview, like what we
Yes,
did
you
tonight.
have. You're literally running for president right now.
Yeah,
I
I don't
am?
think you
Focus
realize.
Trip live stream.
I wasn't aware of it. Well, guys,
and would you call yourself? So you say you're a cell extraction expert, right, Jordan? So
Yes,
can you
and
teach
if I am
Randy?
elected-
Maybe Randy Reviews they should go to prison to get some cell
oh,
extraction.
that's my girlfriend.
Jared
I love
Farm.
her. I love her so much. She is the queen of Jared Farm. That's my girlfriend right there.
The queen of Jared Farm. That's
Yes.
nice. No, that's
She
cool.
is.
Got
She
that
is
going
the
for
queen
you.
of Jared Farm.
What is Jared Farm? I'm just curious. So you got
Jared Farm is a farm that currently produces about 8% of its capacity. It's a shitty farm, but I own it. It's my farm.
That's
it's a
cool.
shitty farm. It's a terrible farm. We're operating at about 8% capacity, but it is my farm. And we're going to get it up there. We're planting more citrus trees and stuff. But we are going to get it to where this is going to be a proper Florida man orange grove. Because, I mean, there's nothing funnier than Jordan Jerub owning an orange grove. It doesn't get much better than that. All right. So you got to own an orange grove.
Doesn't get much better than that. It's true.
I'm probably going to get a statue of an alligator just to make it even more cringe.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dog. Okay, guys, we have got to stop this here, gentlemen. We actually have to pause.
I
this.
really could do this all night if I wanted to.
I know, man, but I
believe
only got
it.
30 minutes. I only got
believe
30
it,
minutes
dude.
before I got to go to my next stream. So,
Yeah.
Jordan, your video,
My energy
your
level
channel-
is
well, you just had a monster, but no, your channel is linked in the chat. But yeah, unless you got any final words before I kick you off of here, good sir.
Guys, just check out Jordan Jerub. Check me out on YouTube. It's JordanJereb, as in Bravo. Jereb, Jereb as in Bravo. So
There you
I
go.
appreciate
All right.
appreciate you guys. See you next time.
All right.
Heck
later.
yeah. Have a good night. My
Have a
heart
good
goes
one.
out to
Thanks for going out to the
Mr.
chat.
Jordan Jerub.
My
His heart goes on.
I just kicked him. I was like, all right, there we go.
that was-
Randy, and Trent, you guys are welcome to hang out if you want. But you guys are nuts. Okay, the audience, I did not expect it to go that way. I was expecting more from GSB and Jordan going at each other rather than 15-minute monologues from Jordan, interlaced with like a couple little questions from Bucky. So that was entertaining. But the chat loved it, and because of that, there are 102 super chats I have to get to in the next 25 minutes before the next stream
This
starts.
is my favorite stream I've ever been a part of, and just for entertainment purposes only.
The Discord was going nuts watching it.
I emphasize.
this is the.
I emphasize
like
with the chat fully.
Yeah, I said you did win in the poll. In the poll by 4%. You were at 54%.
That's
But
not
I think,
winning. That is not winning.
Yeah, it's close. It's close, okay. Dildo Faggins. Although with that name, I know why he's on the prison man side. He was straight when he went into prison. That's all I'm saying. All right, all the way back 2 hours ago now. Absolute Moonman for 5 says 6 p.m. You animal, I'm gonna make a less flattering PFP for you. No, this is just how I am in my basement normally. This is just me in my basement. That's my wife chained up in the back after she has acquired my drink.
Does anybody know if
Moonman.
Jordan has a girlfriend?
Dude, how did you miss
She was
that?
on
bro?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was.
I'm
That's her.
kidding.
She's gonna
This-
stab you
this
in the
is-
face.
Right up
is-
every other sentence.
This is his girlfriend. This
I'm
is
kidding.
Nicole. When he said her entire name, I was like, "You don't have to do that on a live stream, bro." And then he sends me this link that's her arrest page.
You put it
So no,
all
this
out
is-
there, man. You
This
put it
is
all out there.
legit. This is legit. His girlfriend, and I mean, to be honest, like that's I don't know.
she's
What
a
were you gonna
baddie.
say, John? Thought you were married.
Huh?
What were you gonna say?
I am married. I am married.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, for a prison inmate, like you know,
She
I mean,
has a healthy
there are chicks in
BMI.
prison who are actually defending. Like it does exist. I don't know. Maybe she's great. I don't know her. But
All jokes aside, I think he represented himself very well for the character, you know the word I'm trying to say, that he is.
Caricature.
Right?
The
Yeah.
Caricature.
There
that
you
was
go.
fun.
There it is.
Ooh, ouch! Really? Are you just? Is that fake news? She was also arrested for child abuse in 2021.
Oof. Things are going to go downhill. This is the part of the stream
All
where
right,
everyone's like,
I
all
take
right,
back-
we're
it's
out
an
of here.
investigative stream.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah.
Ouch!
Bucky wins by default instantly.
Yeah, if that's true. Moonman for 2 says this better be good. I'm missing Chipotle for this. This was more fulfilling than Chipotle. I guarantee you.
I haven't
Doesn't
laughed
Randy
at
reviews
this.
has
like
never
how I
missed
talk about,
Chipotle
like,
in his
there's-
life.
Substance to it, but also kind of slop. That's how.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel.
actually similar. Yeah, no, I had to take myself off camera several times because I was dying because of the chat.
Do Trench and Randy actually hate each other? Is that real? Is that a thing?
I don't.
I wanted
I
them
don't-
to go at it, but they were respectful.
I
for the
don't.
most
I don't
part.
hate him. I just think he's got terrible takes, and that he posts that his pedigree is a good background when he doesn't really have one.
Oh.
I don't hate Randy. Randy hates me. Randy goes after my fiance every day in chat, and I think it's very sus. Honestly, if we're being like honest about it, I think spouses and children should be off limits on everything that happens
You
in
put
here.
her on camera,
Agree.
Trench. Come on, man.
No, Randy, that is off limits. What do you mean?
Mm.
That's
It's
not
weird.
cool.
It's part of your personality.
I'm just saying.
I could devil's advocate, like if you make like your girl part of your content, well,
Yeah.
of course people are allowed to comment on like she's there.
I
Like if
would
I say
agree.
she
Yeah,
has
no,
that-
you put yourself out there. Sure, I still think it's lowbrow though.
So,
Sure.
but because of that, I should thank people like Randy because I'm like, hey, yeah, this is I've redirected since, right? So now it's
Well, good for you.
People
Yeah.
used to duel over that shit and kill each other back in the day. I just
Did you
wanna-
know who has real pedigree?
Bob
Bob
Vogel.
Vogel.
Yeah,
Bob Vogel.
Uh.
Real pedigree. Real pedigree.
I'm glad he
Dr.
listened to
Fuzzy-
his lawyer. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, dude. No, see, I had a whole other stream planned if it only went like 30 minutes, but it just kept going further and further off the rails. So I have like 15 topics we could have talked about tonight, but I simply don't have time.
Hmm.
Dr. Fuzzy for 5 says this better be good. I'm missing out stalking Moonman while he gets Chipotle for this. Yeah, you both ended up here instead. Thank you, Dr. Fuzzy for 5. Ton Dogs for 2 says I rushed home and missed Chipotle too. Also, and yeah, I took all of Chipotle's money tonight. That's what happened. Thank you, Tom Dogs for 2. Carl Casardis, Satan Body Pillow for 2 says I can't watch tonight, but I am excited to watch tomorrow. You have something. you
Oh,
have
bro.
something waiting for you.
my
bro.
man is
Yeah.
gonna have such a good time thefting side quest tomorrow.
Oh man, it's fun.
Moonman for 5 says prison. Is he doing that thing where he hits up girls in prison for murder? Based. I can fix her pilled ? Yeah, I can fix her pilled. That's what he is. As he likes fresh. Focus Trip's wife for 2. Hello, Anna. You are currently up against the wall, so I'm not sure how you managed to get your phone. But all aboard the Tism train. Choo choo. Yes, there was much Tism to be had tonight. Moonman for another 5 says Mitspot and I want to be train stream. Can we make that happen? Favorite stream and Steam and Diesel engine go.
What just happened with that?
I don't have that TISM. I couldn't name a single steam or diesel engine.
Alco.
Okay, of course Richard knows. Of course. Huge Ass for 5 says, I bet my super chat this dude should be on the registry. You like some fresh? That's for sure. Moonman for 2 says, dude, who is this quartering cosplayer? You know what's funny? I think Jordan is much more eloquent than the quartering who talks like this.
Buy my
in
coffee.
his videos. Buy my coffee. 1775. I can't keep going now. Thank you, Moonman, for the 2. Moonman for another 2 says, too late. I saw you, Richard. Tito. You know what to do, Richard. Huge Ass for 5 says, physiognomy check, sub 80 IQ, Cro Magnon brow. How do you pronounce that? Cro-Magnon? Oh, it is Cro-Magnon. Okay. I don't know if it was like filet mignon or Cro-Magnon. Cro-Magnon brow. Wide spaced eyes, definitely a trailer park predator. Ouch. Thank you, Huge Ass, for the 5. This is early on in the stream. Moonman for 5 says, wait, is this gay Florida lore? What is this? The panhandle is rightful Alabama clay. Appreciate it, Moonman. And the Wolf Elder for 2 says, this Florida thing sounds like a form of cancer. Mm-hmm.
Yo, Vintage, speaking of cancer, my favorite hobby is getting a random notification from my YouTube Studio app. Vintage Warfare has replied to, and I'll go to a random ass video, and you're in the comments arguing with some idiot with like some crazy take, because people will just attack me, of course, it's the comments, right? And you're just in there like, are you a fucking retard? Like, look at the facts that you're out. And it's like what? Every couple of weeks, I'll just get a random notification of like, Vintage Warfare has replied to, and it's just you arguing with these neckbeards in the comments. So
well, it depends on what. I forget what the last time I did that, but yeah, I've been in your comments before. I forget.
It notifies. I think it's based on like subscribers or something. It'll notify me whenever a content creator like comments on something.
Let's go with the super chats.
Hey, Bucky,
Bucky, the best one of the
Bucky
night,
said,
man.
shut the fuck up.
I was about to say that. Damn, Bucky's like, excuse me, I don't care. Bucky, if you need to get out of here, I am sending a portion of these super chats to you, by the way. So, but if you need to get out of here, feel free.
Yeah, I'll just listen for the company of the super chat. Might be something funny going on.
Okay.
Say more to French.
Bucky,
Huge
it's
Ass
a weird
5.
move to show up to your own stream an hour and 42 minutes in with the first real thing to say. But yeah, let's get back to the super chat.
Ouch, dude, getting roasted, and we're not even. Huge Ass for 5 says, I could smell the body odor, stale cigs, and athlete's foot over the internet. Yes, many BMI jokes to be added in the chat. Base Camp for 5. Hey, great video today, and great rifle in that as well. Might have been made by me partially. Says, so far, this guy seems like a combination of Dale Gribble from King of the Hill and Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Actually, that's good. Thank you, Base Camp. Moonman for 5 says, Florida is the American PvP zone filled with junkies, Jews, and the elderly, and PDF files. Yet I repeat myself. Thank you for that, Mr. Moonman. Zephon for 2 says, this chud guy looks like hot dog water. Dude, that man is forged in the fire.
Which one?
Yeah,
We're all chuds. We're all chuds here. Come on, guys. Let's just admit that you're a chud.
It's true.
Bucky, can you admit that you're a chud?
Hey, nothing ever happens.
You know what was funny was that he was like, come on, we're all white guys. Looking at Bucky like, what are you talking about? We're obviously not.
Am I like white passing or like too brown? Or if I date a white woman, will I get yelled at for race mixing for being brown or something like that?
Well, listen, you're my honorary. You're my
an
honorary Aryan.
Yeah.
Absolute Moonman for 5 says, focus repping my original content is the only redeeming quality of this game. Shit. I am going to drink household cleaners. Yes. That will
my favorite.
purify the system.
Gives you natural fresh breath. Drink some Pine Sol.
It's after you finish the wood on the wall, then you just sip whatever's left.
Dr. Fuzzy. Or lemon pledge. That stuff's good too.
I just like the smell, bro. Dr. Fuzzy for 2 says, this trailer park boy is fluent in Japanese. True. Yeah, many monologues were had there. Dude, there was like a motivational mix for like 5 minutes where I just wanted to put on some like epic cinematic music.
That's when I texted you.
You gotta overcome and you gotta do hard things and doing hard things. You know, it's great.
Bro, great. That is exactly when I texted you. It's like, get me in here. We're running Jordan for president.
Well, I was like, it's already trash, bro. We're bringing in the other boys. Wolf Elder for 2 says Jared is as spicy as milk. Okay, thank you for the 2. Huge Ass for 5 says his superiority couldn't help his beehole while in prison.
Do not come.
Ooh, Coral Weezer says Brandon Russell. Is that you? Question mark. Brandon Russell. Who's Brandon Russell?
Leader of Autumn, I believe. And he got arrested.
Okay.
He got sentenced like a few days ago.
Oh, good for him.
Formally sentenced.
Huge Ass for 5 says I was a correctional officer for a time. Rape definitely still happens. Dude is just buck broken. Yeah, it's no longer rape if you want it. So to be clear, it was only rape for a little while. Thank you, Huge Ass.
Profound.
CK for 10 says struggle sessions against subtard ethno-nationalists are so out. This is 2025. Nobody cares, lol. Just wait until it's someone who's good looking. Just wait. PWC soldiers, you lame lot. There were many words in there. Some of them may have gone over my head. But thank you, CK, for the 10. Very generous of you. Moonman for 5 says I'm going to pay Mike Enoch in Monroe to call this guy gay. I don't think you have to call or pay them much to get them to call him game. CK for 2 says prison talk is so gay. I think there should be a counter for how many times he brought up prison.
I don't like talking about it though.
It never stops.
I think Mike Enoch is the you are gay.
Oh, is that guy? Yeah. SV89 for nothing says, let me at this dude. I'll check him for stolen prison valor like Don Shipley. Yeah. I was like, bringing SV89 on stream would end the stream. I'm pretty sure he would go about 4 minutes before emptying the tank of slurs. Dildo Baggins for 2 says, when are these two going to kiss and make up? Not sure. Bucky, do you think, has your opinion changed on Jordan's throughout this stream?
Yeah, a little bit more positively, but I'm at it. But I emphasize with the chat here, I'm like, this is dragging on way too long. And at least you have the privilege of appearing off camera. I don't.
Yeah, you're stuck on there with them. I did have people messaging me like,
Lord,
you got to end this.
I'm like, good Lord, what do I do? This is like so. It's like dealing with like the people under the bridge.
Well, you fight him. That's what you do. You gotta listen. If he's just spewing nonsense, just turn it into a tard fight. That's it. Throw some mud. Todd and Doc too. Go for it.
No, yeah, go ahead. Because I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Todd Doxer 2 says, F your black friends. If you're not racist, you're not based. Some would say that racism is simply the recognition of what is. Moonman for 2 says, Focus is going to a CIA black site for this one. Yes, many of you were very upset that I was doing this, but also happy at the same time. So it's mixed
That
feelings.
seems to be a trend lately. If you even test a SIG pistol, apparently you are paid by SIG. We need to talk offline, by the way.
I know after you found out that GBRS was getting paid $250,000, you were like, okay, SIG, what can you do for me? And they offered you $250,000 and you were like, I'll do it anyways.
We'll talk offline, but SIG is watching, we'll just say, and they are very happy that the gun did not explode or go off in my video.
All you have to do is get it to blow up. Just get it to blow up. Instant fame. That's all I'm saying, bro. Dr. Fuzzy for 2 says the worst part about prison was the Dementors. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that. Spencer Porter for 2 says this guy on the left is dumber than a box of rocks. I think that was, he also says the same thing about the right in just a minute. Zephon for 2 says the dude is so smart he spent 5 years in prison. Yeah, sometimes you just got to do hard things like get arrested for making threats against public officials.
Part of manhood.
Things, bro.
He backtracked so fast. He said, go to prison. Funny. Don't go to prison.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so there, Bucky, I would have been like, do hard things. What are you talking about? Your body's made like a bag of milk. What are you talking about doing hard things, bro? What's hard to you is getting up a flight of stairs in the morning.
Yeah, I'm just going on like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Yeah. Thank you, Zephon, for the 2. Absolute Moonman for 5 says they started out hating him. Are they us? Chat, are we in prison? Chat, are we cooked? Yeah, I think there might have been some Stockholm syndrome going on in the chat after a while. It's like he started listening to the same thing over and over again, and then you start to believe it. That was happening.
It was the Overton window thing. He repeated the Overton window statement, I think no less than 5 times. And I was like, oh no, we're cooked. We are cooked.
I think he enjoyed licking the Overton window.
Ooh, huge ass for
Damn.
two says the ownership of property does not equal intelligence. Yes, the ability to speak does not make one intelligent. Thank you for that huge ass. Wolf Elder for 5 says this Jareb character is pretending to be smarter than his is. His intelligence is on par with sub-brick levels. I mean, he backtracked on that really fast too, where he's like, "I'm really intelligent, I'm Machiavellian," and then he'd be like, "Oh, you're really smart." It's like, "Oh, well, maybe not really." Then I did an IQ test, and I think at one point, did he say he had 140 IQ? Because 140
like,
IQ is
relative to what? Like literal people with like literal medically diagnosed retardism. Good lord!
Listen, his competition in prison was not very stiff. All right, although he was.
Yeah, it was.
Moonman for 5 says, since Vintage is too poor for this, I will ask for him. Bucky, ask him what color his girlfriend is. It's important. Again, I can't comment on it, but as many people in the chat were saying it. Spencer Porter for 2 says the guy on the right is dumber than rocks. Indeed. Pat for 2 months says I'm losing brain cells. Indeed. Thank you very much for the membership, sir. Huge ass for 2 says, congrats, John. You made me miss Trent. Well, you don't have to miss him any longer because he's here with us right now.
I am the most hated. I will claim King of the Hill once again.
Were you getting jealous at all the hate being thrown around in chat? And you were like,
Dude, I don't know what it is. I hadn't. So you started like an hour early,
I thought
right?
Terribly Tactical is the number one. Like still the number one.
Bro,
champion.
there is
He's
no
only
way.
been on once. He's only been on once. So
Focus.
I don't know.
Okay.
He was kind
I
of a
am
one and done.
easily your biggest revenue. I pay your house bill, brother. Your audience hates me.
I got an email about something completely different, Trench, and you were still mentioned in the email at the end that they hate you. And it
That
was
is
even about you.
awesome, dude.
I'm not kidding. I'll send it to you. It was the NTech guy going back and forth.
Yes,
that needs
yes,
to have.
yes.
That's funny.
That guy.
He added that at the end. I'm like, damn, bro.
Ooh, you know what? I want Trench and Entech to have a conversation.
Who is
That-
Intac?
He's a Napa.
He's a guy. He's
a
a
Napa.
he's a person.
He's a
He's a stat behind me.
he's a pretty top guy.
Oh no.
What's up, guy? Moonman from 5 says, let me on. I will stream me breaking my own fingers. It will be so much more pleasant.
This stream was a lot like how
Hey,
monkeypox, I imagine, would sound. It's
I
sure.
I do have a hatchet next to me. If you want to like do part
Yeah,
two.
just one by one, bro. $10 and up, and it'll cut off a finger. Moonman for 5 says, that was a joke, YouTube. Please do not cut me off. Moonman for 5 says, this is a laptop that Uncle Sam paid for. 2, yes, I am better than him. True. Moonman is taking all of his Fed funds and sending it directly to the biggest MiG-15s he can find on the internet. GL Dude 14 for 5 says, the sole reason your viewpoint is wrong is that you're too vain and not well in grammar and which words to use. Damn, you made it hard.
Oh, yeah.
Me. See, you think you're punishing him, but you're really punishing me, which is quite funny. Thank you. For
It is sad because Jared is well spoken, but he's not very. I guess would literate be the right way? He's not very good at writing. I guess
listening and writing comprehension abilities.
Yeah, so I've seen him.
In bullshit.
I've seen him type out comments before on my channel, and I kind of you don't want to feel bad for another girl, man, but you're like, damn, because he's well spoken, but he doesn't write very well. So I'm like, damn, bro.
No, he was articulate. He was way more articulate than I thought. I don't know the guy.
Oh, 100%. And that's why I kind of was like, damn, I'm Team Jordan, bro.
I thought he was better on this show than he is in his own videos.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's on
watching
speed
his
right
videos.
now.
Totally.
Yeah, 100%. Because I watched his hour-long response to Bucky. I watched some of his other videos, and him on here, he was way more personable and charismatic than he was in his own stuff. So
we leave the stream, and Bucky's actually pro Jordan now. It's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Hold on. So this was an improvement.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
He felt more natural here because right in his own videos, he's like, "All right, guys, we got it." You know, he's having to lead the conversation where he was like leaning back and just like having fun the whole time.
You gotta be honest.
Spencer,
he reminds me of anybody on any of our discords. He reminds me of anybody that's on there. To be honest with you.
Which is to say, a non-well-adjusted retard. Spencer Porter for 2 says this guy's blood type is vanilla icing. Yeah, very, very, very much so. I did also like how he talked about being secluded from society, but then right after that, he's like, "Oh, and I'm 300 pounds," because like it's obvious that you're drinking Starbucks. It's like you're obviously still very connected to society, my friend. SB89 for 5 says, "Jared, you're fake and gay. Why? You were paying soups and shit for rent at a work camp, prison, stolen valor. I mean." SV89, I feel like you're going to be like that guy in Seattle and you're just going to let him know how you feel about stolen valor. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. Let's get Randy's take. Randy, does he have enough pedigree from prison or no?
No, I think SB89's right.
Damn. So I don't have any pedigree. Now it's Jordan. Next it'll be the next.
I have a
Random
couple cousins in prison. They don't talk about it the way that Jordan does. They talk about it like SB89 does.
Trench, you need to go to prison now. Tell us what it's like.
Yeah. Trench, do hard things. Maybe
I wear one around my neck because I'm gay.
Mm.
Oh crap! It switched my.
All right.
Did I just?
Oh, my video cut out.
Oh
or
shoot!
something.
Can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Hold on. Is it set right now?
Yeah, you're good. No, there's something wacky with StreamYards when you play a clip. Moonman for 5 says, "Is that even a white monster? Now I know what color his girlfriend is. She's white. Stabby white eyes." Moonman for $20. Thank you very much, sir. Says, "Rich people go to college to finish their education. Working class people join the army to finish their education. People like this who can't imagine an apple in their mind go to prison to finish their education." Real. Thank you for that, Moonman. Thank you for the $20. Huge Ass for 5 says, "The elusive albino North American pavement ape." Very true. Thank you. Many such cases. Good luck, dude. For 14 months. Damn, suit. I didn't realize you'd been a member for that long. Bro's back broke that mountain. Yes. Many such activities going on. Moonman for 5 says, "I will be picking people from the chat at random from now on to be guests. Why not? Focus doesn't know this yet, but now he does." Yes, I think Kyle and Chud need to be on here. Kyle is Sig's greatest defender as far as I'm concerned. Spencer Porter for 2 says, "This man suffers from diarrhea of the mouth." Indeed, he had many words to say and little time to say them in. Spencer Porter for another 2 says, "I bet he eats corn on the cob the long way."
Okay, that wins. That wins.
Listen, you're the type of Siga to eat a Snickers upside down just so you can feel the vein on your tongue.
Fuck, dude, Snickers do have veins, don't they? I never thought of that.
Now you have, bro.
Wait until
Wingman
you
for
look at
5.
paydays. I would say wait a minute until you take a look at 100 grand bars and paydays.
Moonman for 5 says, 45 minutes in of this guy talking, and he still hasn't told us who he is, and still hasn't said what color his girlfriend is. No, he did. He
brought her on, dude.
He doxed her. He doxed her. He brought her on camera. She said hi, which was very nice of her. I'm sure she's a lovely lady. And then he sent me the article of her arrest. Like, I don't know how much more of his girlfriend you would want, although it might be on the internet for you to find. Son of Mandalore for 2 says, "Bro, this stream sucks. Crusty doo-doo ass cheeks." It does, but in a way that it's kind of satisfying, right?
Dude, I was laughing the whole fucking time.
This is kind of like taking a huge painful shit and you're relieved that it's all over.
The Sig drama.
I'm sure
I mean,
feel that way.
Think about all the other news. The Vogel drama, the Sig drama, all of that is it's tiresome. This was good quality.
This was different.
This was different. This is a good.
It's like the difference.
You and
between,
Randy fight again, please.
This is like the difference between like getting a nice
22.
like cheeseburger meal from Applebee's and instead you just get like a whole bunch of like stuff from like the.
There's
Chinese
no
buffet
nice
or the
cheeseburger
Taco
meal
Bell.
at Applebee's.
Oh, there isn't.
Now,
There's no
Applebee's is
nice
trash.
meal at Applebee's. Anyone that goes to Applebee's is bad.
Randy
has strong opinions on Applebee's. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm seeing a pattern.
Yeah.
Here.
No, hold on.
Randy reviews Applebee's.
I stand with Randy. Applebee's is trash. We have something in common.
We need to
Applebee's.
Hey, with the economy going, maybe we should make Applebee's a new like drills a month.
Applebee's poo-poo platter. David for 5 says, "I feel like if you close your eyes, it's like Focus invited John Gruden to the stream, played by Frank Calindo, to defend playing touch butt in the yard."
Lots of references.
Yes. This is one of those ones where do not fall asleep to this. Your nightmares will be wacky. Moonman for 5 says, call me Nostrafetus. I called it. She stabbed someone. Read the chat logs. I am a seer of the Fedular Order. Yeah, no, you literally did call that his girlfriend stabbed somebody when he said that he was going after prison girls. See, Moonman knows. He knows things. He's
I
dealt
feel like
with
we
these
need to
people.
check on Moonman.
Have the
Do
chat
it.
also been to prison? Is that the issue? They just know.
Zephon for 2. Yeah, we know what part of the stream we're getting to. Stabbed her ex-boyfriend. I bet her neck game is crazy.
Oh God, here we go. This is about to get wild.
Oh, yeah,
Moonman for 2 says, I can fix her chat. Listen, some would say she's already perfect. Thank you for that. I mean, he said the first thing that he did when he met her out of prison is give her a knife. Yeah, permanently, bro. Moonman for 5 says, this girl and the one that might be a girl from the Texas ICE facility, I will build a dangerous harem possible. Dangerous to themselves and me. Yes. I'm putting together a team and I need you for it.
I got to take a piss real bad. I'll be back in a sec.
Sounds good. See you in a second. Huge Ass for 5 says, this is why getting rid of the Department of Education is important. Our schools created this pile of stammering tardism.
Yeah, we're cooked. What
Alabama public school does to a motherfucker.
Yeah, we are. Our country is cooked.
Moonman for 5 says, I'm screaming, kicking, calling my fellow Nazis black, telling them it's all over. Yeah, my black Nazi friends. They get it. Strap D, LB style, says, Focus, I can't thank you enough. Your stream debates is the new Jerry Springer. Is that chick his sister? Can I get a DNA check?
You should have a final thoughts at the end.
Moonman for 10 says, as someone who is physically fit and racist enough to actually goose step, get this guy and his monkey-loving ass off and get a Moko to on stream to read what Dojins to us live. Dojins. I did look up Dojins, and it's apparently just like a click, but for Japanese people. So it's not anything special. It's not spicy, Moonman. You were off. Strap DBLB style says, Jerry. True. Thank you for the 2. Dildo Faggins for 2 says, Jordan made 0 sense, but he wore Bucky down. He won. It's possible.
Yeah,
Thank you for
that's
that,
why
Dildo.
I went Team Jordan, man. He won by default.
Strap DLB style for 5 says, is Jordan going to take a lie detector test? Is he really the father? Actually, I don't know if he has kids. I'm not going to pry.
I was about to ask. That guy's bread.
I mean,
he's made of bread.
Oh no.
Negative 30-degree nightmare says India is a geopolitical enemy of China. China is not going to import a hostile culture that threatens domestic stability for the sake of labor. True. Thank you for that, negative 30-degree nightmare. Son of Mandalore, who I want to say, he did hate the stream, but he's still here and he's still super chatting. So there's something here. Bro, what the F is the point of the stream? There was no point. That is the point of the stream. Thank you very much for that. Moonman for 2 says, this sounds like grooming, but for stabby girls. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, I'll be your sugar daddy once you get out of prison. I'll pick you up. I'll give you another knife, and we will have a great life on a farm together.
On its surface, if you just say, hey, I met through correspondence in the mail, I met a girl while in prison. Okay,
is that
cool.
spawn camping? Is that just spawn camping?
Yeah, I mean, but then when you expand on it, when he's like, he kept expanding
do they have this?
Well, their brains aren't fried yet, and all this shit.
No,
I'm like,
did.
oh no, bro,
he expanded on it. He specifically said he likes them fresh and young.
Yeah.
It got weirder and weirder.
Well, because he did explicitly say too, they usually go into prison at 18 and then they come out they're fresh and unmolested. Yeah.
What's that Lord of the Rings? What is it? Fresh and Wrigley or whatever.
What did I just come back to?
Talking about fresh 18-year-olds out of prison. Negative 30-degree nightmare for 2 says, dude is like a stud hunter. That's not a compliment. Yeah. Huge ass for 2 says, post-prison predator creeper.
Yeah, I
think it is cheating. I think that's too easy, bro.
It's like bro.
If they have that same program but for psych wards and you're waiting for the psych ward girl to get out. She looks like a serial killer. No, she looks like she's wacky. And listen, all women are a little crazy. Okay, so stabbing somebody is not the furthest out thing I can imagine.
Florida one.
50 TN CSA for 5 says, to parody hop, why should I watch this stream? I don't know, but yet you are here, sir. Thank you for the 5. Moonman for 5 says, I knew it. Of course, he's pagan. He's a LARPer. Ask him what religion his family is. Yeah, as soon as he said, oh, yeah, I worship Odin, that was like, the chat was going, okay. Yeah, we get it. We get it, bro. Thank you for that, Moonman. Strapped LB style for 5 says, is this guy on speed? I don't think he has blinked or taken a breath in 15 minutes. He had some epic monologues in there.
That's
Thank you for
impressive.
that, Strapped.
That's impressive given, how I would assume his cardiovascular health would be.
Again, Florida man.
Yeah, again, it's a low intelligence, low stamina, high speech build.
Stimulant enhancing
Yeah,
performance.
full stim build too. Yeah. CK for 2 says pagans will be treated like gays when I'm Prince. Very based of you. See if your God will save you now. Don Dogs for 2 says 88 is greater than Bucky. 88 for life. Yeah, I mean, I think Bucky on that point, when you're talking about all the 88s in his social media, it's like, I don't even care, dude. If somebody does it as a meme or they're trying to be edgy, like, I don't care. It's just funny, right? I don't know. Obviously, he has actual things in his past that you could point to, but just putting 88 in your username's like, Harrison. Thought that was weak.
Yeah, and Bucky, that kind of debased your argument because he admitted right away, yeah, 10 years ago, I was an idiot and I made a ton of terrible decisions. It's like, well, he's honest. He's at least honest. He may be an idiot, but he's an honest idiot.
He's
And I think
self-aware
had
enough.
he have been more aggressive towards you and been like, I'm perfect and I've never made any mistakes, you would have dunked him. Because he came out honest and on top of it, it was like, yeah, Bucky, he's telling you he made mistakes.
In
You know what I mean?
in his defense, before we even started the stream, while I was sitting backstage, he immediately said, I want to start off by saying 100% everything that you've said is true. All the accusations, they're all true.
Not forgivable, but commendable of integrity is what I would say.
I give him credit for that.
Mm-hmm. Porter for 2 says, I'm going to bleach my ears after this. Not effective.
I emphasize,
Buckshot.
man, that's totally my profile picture right there.
Strapped LB style for 5 says, what have I been doing all this time? I'm about to pull up yo Folsom Prism and swipe right. Yeah, dude, they're apparently ready to mingle. Verified single and ready to mingle. So also, you pick them up when they're at their lowest point, and then they feel like,
yeah, what a weird
we're describing
bro.
some sort of, we're making this weird now.
Control
Yeah,
their commissary and their phone cards.
Bro.
Could have
Got
just
it.
stopped it. I
Bro.
can fix them.
Thank you
Man,
for
like-
that, Strappy.
Man, imagine offering
I could fix
like
her.
Snickers bar or something, or a sugar packet.
Dude, I think
Mhm.
Bucky would do
Ooh,
good
that's
against the
actually
Yankee
that's
Marshall, though.
conditioning right there. Because think about it, every time she has a sweet snack, she has to think about you. It's like training your dog every time you ring a bell, right?
Bucky, I think you would do very well against Yankee Marshall, who is solidified in their opinion and doesn't apologize and doesn't admit fault. You would be like, okay, well, here's this quote. You know what I mean? You would do a lot better at cornering a Yankee Marshall than a Jordan.
Yeah, because at this point I'm like, holy shit, this is going on for like 30 minutes. What the hell?
Yeah. And Yankee Marshall, yeah, you would have a better opportunity, I think.
JL Gonis for 2 says, is Hop going to come and bathe our brains of this? No, for some reason, I don't know if Brass is still here, but Brass was like, you know what? This is a good stream to check out. What is Focus Trip talking about tonight? And Brass Fax is like, this one. All right.
He's still here.
Is he still here? I don't know how he made it this long, bro. Moonman for 20 says, I can't believe I'm going to donate so much money to this horrific stream. You call it bad, but you're still here, bro. A fat guy and a racially ambiguous nerd talking about prison pussy and Nazis we have at home. Focus, just put a Moko on to read whatever a Dojin is. A Moko, if you're still in chat, I will send you an invite link. All you have to do is send me an email or a Discord DM, and I will put you on this stream right now so you can explain what a Dojin is. Thank you for that, Moonman. Potentially Criminal for 5 says, what's the biggest item your gang forced you to keister while in prison? Huge Ass for 5 says, I rescind my earlier comment about Trent. Yeah. Made you miss him, and now he's back.
This makes me happy. This pleases me.
Mountain Caveman for 5 says, I hate both equally. Chud, quote unquote, evil Nazis, ambiguous Brown, versus the literal Untermensch who thinks he's Uncle A's best friend, elite human capital.
Yeah, the finest of the master race.
Bucky, you're lying in that video about the people who are like the vanguards
the vanguard of the white
white race
are
often
often
end up being.
mistakes.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Strapped LB style for 5 says, I am
like,
swipe
here's a-
right Glock cuck that your mom says we have at home. Ah, Trench, damn.
I will
here's-
take all of the
Actually,
strays and
you know
all
what?
of the
Here's a very interesting quote from the Turner Diaries. It was no longer sufficient to be merely white. In order to eat, one had to be judged by the bearer of especially valuable genes. Yeah, that's the excerpt from the book.
Written by Sydney Sweeney.
Written by Sydney Sweeney, yes.
William Pierce.
Excellent genes.
Written by
Fantastic.
Jordan Jerbs or Jebs or whatever.
Jerbs. Moonman for 5 says, sorry, new in the grander scheme of things. What does this guy have? Why does this guy have a lisp? They have therapy for that. Tell him to fix that. Yeah, Trench, they have therapy for that. What's your problem?
Bro, I have so many concussions. I have like 45 jumps. I'm cooked.
As cooked as this nation, Strapped LB style for 5 says, Jordan makes me feel better about carrying my M18. That's funny. Thank you for that. Moonman for 2 says, who is she, quote unquote, in this chat? In our pillow fort? Yes. Boondock. Boondocks was actually in here a little bit earlier. That was also a hilarious moment in chat as well when Amoka was asking for feet pics. Strapped LB style for 5 says, Jordan, Sig for sure is not listening. Jordan is why we have red flag laws.
Boondock is still listening too, by the way.
No, she's still here. Hey, Boondock,
I will
how's
pay
it going?
Sig to pay him. I will pay
Wait.
Sig $5,000 a year to pay Jordan to be their premier sponsor. That would be excellent.
You know what? That would probably save both of their images.
Hey, Randy, can you shut the fuck up?
Sorry, man. I'm just hoping that every time that Trump comes on stream, his forehead gets a little bit bigger, and pretty soon we'll be looking at Water Baby. So just get him on like a few more streams after this, and that helmet won't fit, and I'm gonna love it.
Is that why you're retiring, Trench? Is it because the helmets don't fit anymore?
Bro, Randy talking about anything size related is hilarious.
Pretty good.
It's just so easy. You just go right back to it every time. Chud McGill for 2 says this guy makes Trench look like a genius. Oh, there we go.
Yo, I will take
Twin
the win.
Towers equals nice. Yeah.
I'll take the win.
Strapped LB style for 5 says this is a debate. I thought this was a Jordan intervention. This was not a debate. This was I don't know what this was, but we're here for it. Thank you, Strap.
No, either.
Dude, there were so many comments in chat just flying by about like GSP looks like he's in prison, looks like he's about to die. That shotgun's looking appetizing because there was half the time where you're just sitting there like this, like looking like you're about to die.
What the fuck am I listening at over here?
I'm sorry, buddy. That got screenshotted a lot. It's gonna be
It's going to be all over
like-
the Discord.
when you're watching it,
my
when you're
old friend, like
when you're
fucking
watching a train wreck, but you're in it, so you can't just leave or turn it off. You're like, oh, what a no. Spencer Porter for 2 says Randy reviews it is Diet Yankee Marshall, and my comment to that
This
is
one
I think you
cracked
get
me
that
up.
backwards.
Yeah, I'm definitely still fatter than Yankee Marshall.
Yeah, you're 1.5 times the man Yankee Marshall ever was.
Yeah.
I would imagine that's because of the HIV.
But hey,
Yeah, he's had more
Randy,
random than I have.
Randy is down 75 pounds though, so congrats, Randy.
That's good, bro. That's really good.
Yeah, long ways to go yet, but we're working on it.
I thought Yankee fell off like literally 5 years ago, right?
He did.
He did.
I ignited his career for like 5 minutes. I gave him a couple good videos out of that.
And then he put a live round in 320 and set it off.
Oof. What an idiot.
Moonman for 5 says, bruh, Haitians don't watch him. They don't have internet. They eat dirt unironically. Yeah, dirt cakes is a phenomenon that you guys should look into. I think that's the quality of immigrants that we are unfortunately
You
housing
haven't
here.
lived until you've tried it. Okay,
Don't they call them clay cakes?
something like that.
SG89 for 2 says, Bucky, yeah, I love how they cook them too. It's like, don't worry, this isn't undercooked dirt, bro. We're not savages. Bucky is dumb. Stop trying to gotcha. Let him rant.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
after
problem
40
was he
minutes, I
was
gotta
just
say
he
something.
was ranting for a
Yeah,
long
like, what am I
time.
supposed to do
Yeah.
after 40 minutes? Like, I got to change it up slightly.
Yeah, I think you heckle. I think you just interject. You just mess up his flow.
You should have
Every
just called
time he
him a
says something
slur,
stupid.
and then that would have been.
Mhm.
that would have
Oh
thrown
my
him off.
God. He would have said, I'm not that. I'm a Nazi. And then boom, you got him.
I had so many questions as he was talking, but I popped him for about 0.5 seconds and I was like, nope.
Yeah. I know. I dropped that down. I was like, no, let them go. Strapped LB style for 5 says, focus. Just when I thought you couldn't find anyone worse than Randy, here comes Jordan. Randy did great. Moonman for 5 says Hitler's weakest Untermensch versus the weakest everything else. I don't know what is even going on anymore. Many things, sir. Thank you for that, Moonman. Moonman for another 5 says, focus. How much money have I given this stream? About $100. I need to know. I am claiming this on my taxes to get something out of this. Yes, this is part of your federal PSYOP budget. Remember to charge this to your business account. Thank you for that, Moonman. Moonman for another 2 says, focus, you perfidious YouTuber. You owe me Chipotle. Listen, Moonman, when you come to arrest me in your big black vans, we will just, we'll go to Chipotle before you put me into Guantanamo or wherever it is. Thank you for
I
that,
think he's
Moonman.
going to come with the helicopters.
You'll love
It's
it.
the
You'll
black
love
one.
it there.
Yeah,
there's
it's just like,
McDonald's
all
over
right,
there.
here's what you need to do, John.
Preparing for Guantanamo Bay.
Dude, that would actually be a funny video to make. Fresh Peanut Shape for 10 says, hey, Jordan, you like Bucky, right? Do you like him enough to let him come over to your house and dig out your sister? What?
See, Randy, this is why children and spouses are off limits. See how awkward this got? And
I
we
don't even know
continue.
what he meant by that. I don't know if that was supposed to be
That's the
sexual,
point.
or is his sister dead and he's digging her out of the closet?
Is,
Like, what?
is this like a Full Metal Jacket quote or what
I
is this?
think the reference of digging her out is what it implies. Not dead. You got it. Cool.
I don't think anyone knows what it means. I'm just
All
gonna
right, we continue.
fucking clue.
And
I
we
have no fucking
continue.
clue.
Pinochet, follow up with $100 super chat so that we can know what exactly you meant, so you have enough characters to type out what you meant by that sentence. Chud McGill for 2 says, Kyle versus me on stream when Daddy is upset with his kitten. I still see Kyle in chat. He's still here. Where'd he go? Kyle says, I probably can't garner much attention when Randy is here. Ooh, because, yeah, you two are battling it out for the biggest on the panel.
Oh, he's a big boy?
Yeah, oh, dude, Kyle's the big boy.
I've never seen him, yeah.
Kyle, big man.
You-
Big
I
man.
don't know why I
Strong
see his
man.
profile picture. I just start laughing, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Chud wants a piece of that Kyle action. Takama for 2 says, out of my fugue state, what did I just watch? Entertainment, good sir. Modern entertainment at its finest. You think you could get this in Hollywood? I think not. Below average Utah dad for 5 says, but how do you really feel about the SIG P320? Also, do you like rippets and popcorn?
That profile picture is disturbing.
I thought he was wearing a dress. So I looked at it. Was his
No,
hands.
it's just the extremely smug below average Utah dad. Thank you for that. Huge ass for 2 says mute Trench. Fair enough. Oh, he's already muted. Thank you for that,
accept.
Huge ass. Rad's Arms for 5. Hey, he follows me on Instagram. Thank you, sir. Says, I'd rather have diarrhea at the bitch than at the, I'd rather it's too late in the stream. I'd
Gotta shit
rather
on
have
the bitch.
I'd rather have diarrhea at the beach than having to listen to that guy or Yankee Marshall ever again.
Oh, that broke me.
Sorry. Thank you, Rad's Arms. Huge ass for 5 says, to be fair, Randy can lose weight. Trench can't get any taller. Also, N.
There's surgeries for that.
Yeah, Trent, have you ever thought about getting your shins broken repeatedly over like 6 months? To
Why
make
am I?
3 inches
Why do
longer?
I need to be taller? What's the?
No, I'm just saying.
conspiracy?
You have you
You'd
seen
be
those
more.
guys,
Well,
right?
no, I mean, like you'll be like Chad to the chat if you're taller. That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
the problem
saying.
though is
You'll
that
be
you
like
can't. It's harder to like squeeze through obstacles or duck undercover or
To
fit
be
in
fair,
airbags.
Trench has to be taller than Johnny Q. That guy was so little. not
Hold
so
on,
much
He's
older.
short, dude. He's
How
short.
tall is Johnny Q?
I
He's
was going to
like-
say, Trench, how tall are you?
He's
How-
got to be like 5'7" or something.
I'd
5'8",
say
5'9".
Johnny
hold
Q
on,
is
hold
like
on, hold on, hold on.
5'2".
What's wrong with being?
No, he's not
5'7"?
5'2".
What's
Because I'm
wrong
not
with
Trench.
Trench instantly like,
Trench is
hey, what's the
5'7".
wrong
Hold
with
on, guys.
5'7"?
I feel like
Hey.
a real man goes to prison and is 5'7".
Nah, he's like 5'6", 5'7".
You got to climb that mountain. You got to climb that mountain, bro.
Climb that mountain every day. Go
Well,
to
I'll
prison.
say me and Trench are probably about the same height.
Hold on. If you bump into a barbell, do you get jacked out of your mind focus on accident?
Being jacked out of my mind. That sounds
You're
pretty
not.
sexual.
You're not tracking the memes. Short dudes when you bump into weights, Boom.
Oh,
instead of-
right. Yeah.
That's me.
You look way better
Boom.
than you actually are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moonman for 5 says at Chipotle, coworkers were getting cranky. You guys want anything? Dude, I haven't had.
What is,
I think I've
I'm
had
getting
Chipotle, like twice
Chipotle
in my life.
immediately following this if they're open.
Guacamole and chicken, please, with black beans.
There you
I
go.
think this has been the biggest bump for Chipotle in quite a while.
And
They got
much
a whole bunch
Chipotle
of
talk.
advertisement.
Bro, they don't need a bump. It's all Starbucks and Chipotle everywhere you go.
Okay, let's see. So Todd and Dogs has some euphemisms for us. If it's brown, flush it down. Around belongs, never relax. If there's a dot, you better not. If it's yellow,
What is
don't
happening?
say hello. With juice, you lose. If it ain't white, it ain't right. Uncle A was right.
Whose tombstone is that behind him? Is what I want to know.
Yeah,
Like, what the
There's a
Uncle
lot
A's,
going
bro.
on.
Todd. It says
Thank you,
on it.
Todd and Dogs, for the 10. We appreciate it. Thank you for the wise words. All right, we're done. I got to get to another stream. Randy, what do you got coming up? 30 seconds or less.
I got my goals video coming out with what I saw there. A few
Sweet.
other things. It was a great event.
I almost called you Jordan Trench because I just read your name. Trench, what do you got going on?
I'm going to be testing the P320 down to 6,000 rounds and all the other regular bullshit that I do. So, cool.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Sounds like a good time. Richard, what do you got going on?
I have videos coming out for those who don't know. I take the stream, cut them up into little clips. Next one going to be coming out is either the Vogel one or possibly the rare breed serving C&Ds at goals. So go check that out if you guys would. It helps us out quite a bit. Thanks for letting us on.
Based.
Of course. I'm dropping everybody's channels in the chat as we speak. Vintage, what do you got going on, man?
Videos on
Sweet.
random shit.
Fair enough. You did a response to the gay Australians, which I thought was a fun
did.
response.
It was fun.
With executive outcomes.
Executive outcomes, yeah. Managerial outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
And Bucky, thank you so much for hanging out and for being a trooper through that. I know that it was a
My
painful
pleasure.
experience.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
I'm gonna go do another funny video on a Jewish January 6th writer who was caught being a Hatsune Miku neo-Nazi with a voice changer.
Oh, trans. Yes, is that the one you talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Of course, they
Not
just
much into
always end up being
VTubing.
that way.
Great. Not a bad path if you screwed up everything in life and you want to like make a new mask for yourself until the mask falls off or gets ripped off or the skin gets ripped off your face.
Dude, I think we're going to be VTubers not too long.
Focus trip,
We're
you
all
need
gonna
to
be
do
VTubers.
a choose your fighter and have a bunch of YouTubers that are like C-list.
This is like a premium skin for me. This is like the premium skin on stream for me.
Moonman for another 5 says in line at Chipotle. There's a mixed race couple in line, ruining my appetite.
Hey, it's for everyone. You got like white chicken, you got white meat, you got yourself some black beans, you got yourself some rice. It's all in a bowl for everyone.
Perfect diversity in one bowl, and when you mix it up, it still just looks like poop. Thank you for that, Moonman.
And you still
Yeah. Pinochet for 10 says, "Ha! I'm better than that." Full
Metal Jacket quote.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket quote. Bucky was getting love bombed by that reptile. Jordan is an absolute Untermensch and deserves the boot on the back of his neck. Shout out to Mad Mel. YouTube is asshole. YouTube is asshole.
Yeah,
True.
Got to pull up the same the poster, the old poster, and the Florida database picture side by side.
It's der Untermensch. Der Untermensch, the strongest soldier of the Unter Army.
What is happening? What is
That's his.
I can't
He
tell
looks
the
like a
difference.
medieval tax collector. He looks like the guy who comes up. He's like, "Whoa, mate, where you pay your taxes?"
Or
No,
a
he
butcher
looks
or
like the
something like that.
No, he looks like the executioner when he takes his helmet.
Or that, yeah, the executioner.
No,
yeah,
bro.
one of the two.
I mean, this is like a drawn out execution. So for me,
Yeah. For me personally, this was my 9/11. That's how it goes sometimes, gents. Okay, we are cutting it early tonight. The reason that we stream early on Wednesday nights is because I have a stream directly after this on the Redoubt channel, which is going to go live in a few minutes, I think. Hopefully,
25
right
minutes
away,
ago?
almost. Well, don't worry about it. They're waiting for me. They're literally being
It's,
kind and waiting for me. I will drop that in chat.
what
Go
is
for it,
it,
Bucky.
Go over and check that out.
Was it 10? I forgot what the time zones is. Is it 10:25 right now?
It's 8:25 where I'm at.
Not 8:25. Okay, I'm a bit lost in the what time.
No,
zone
no,
is
you're
which.
good. You're good. I'm on CST. So, all right, guys, we are going to get out of here. Say thank you to everybody on the panel. Your heart goes out to all of them, and we shall see you all in the next one. God bless.
As I sailed, and most of them I've slain as I sailed. Come all you young and old, see me die. Come all you young and old, see me die. You are welcome to my golden fire. I lost my soul. Come all you young and old, I must die. Come all you young and old, I must die.